Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Accounting Nightmare. Welcome Tag, welcome Bruce. Good to see yous. Let the convolution continue, yes. So I watched the Nintendo Direct Mini. I skimmed through it. I didn't have time to watch the whole thing, but I skimmed through it. Yes, they put No More Heroes 1 and 2 today. That's cool. Very good versions of them. Oh, that's good. You haven't played those games yet, so it sounds like that would be those would be the versions to play. I liked what was the UFO part-time UFO? Yeah, that looked really cute. You're the UFO, and it's by HAL Laboratories, the ones who make Kirby. You go around helping people with part-time jobs. That looked super cute. So I want to play that. Okay, before we get started today, there was a cameo from Phoenix and Maya that I missed. They had a cameo in the previous game as well, but yeah, this one I missed, so I just looked up a video of it. Hang on, let me just put it on screen. There we go, YouTube video. Nope, that's not the button I wanted, YouTube. I want theatre mode. There we go. Yay! Yeah, so this is the cameo. Is good aft acceptable, or should you say full good afternoon? Yeah, we don't really use good aft. Yeah, so I'd recommend good afternoon. Or even just hi. Just hi's totally fine. Alright, so this is from the start of case 5. I should read this text out, actually, shouldn't I? This leads to the Grand Tower. But from where I'm standing, all I can see are just your everyday run-of-the-mill buildings. I don't see anyone special around here either. Yeah, and there's Phoenix and Maya sightseeing in the background. Very cool. Yes, I must have missed that activation point for that. Indeed. At least from where we're standing, that is. Now then, we have no time to waste. We should get back to investigating the film lot. Yeah. So there you go. Pretty cool. Whoop. Alright. So that was apparently from right near the start of the case. That guy, that man. Yes, it was that man. Alright, so if you did not see the previous VOD, I recommend watching that before watching this, because mega spoilers. There were some big reveals last time. 2 big reveals, actually. So, firstly, we found out the truth of what happened 12 years ago with the kidnapping of the president of Jangfa. We found out that, again, big spoilers. We found out it was actually an assassination, not a kidnapping. So he was actually killed back then, and he's been replaced by his body double this whole time. Yeah, it was a plot between his body double, which we don't know his name yet, but he's the one who was actually killed yesterday, or whenever it was. It's a plot between the body double, Blaze the Best, and Patricia Rowland. They're all partners in crime. Tempted to quote the original Planet of the Apes. It's a madhouse! A madhouse! No worries there. Also, welcome to the streams, yeah? Good to see you again. And welcome to everyone else who's watching. So yes, that was one of the big reveals. They actually hired Sirhan Dogan to do it. And they planned to kill Sirhan Dogan afterwards, since he was the only one who knew the truth about the president. But it happened outside the orphanage, and Dogan had a friend in the orphanage, one of the kids. And the kid, which Dogan calls him his acolyte, the kid warned him about it. So the kid saved his life. Yeah, so there's basically 2 factions. There's Patricia Rowland, Blaze the Best, and the Body Double as one faction, and the other one is Dogan Knightley. We found out Knightley was the one who saved his life. He was the kid from the orphanage, though he's dead now. And Knightley's friend, the true Mastermind. Big spoilers again. We found out that was actually Simon. Simon Keyes, that's his name. He was behind it all. Yeah, so those are the kind of the two factions. There you go. We found out a lot of stuff last time. And so we're about to go to the circus to go find Simon. Good work on defending him back in case 2. Oops, yeah! Oops! It's funny, Sebastian was right back then, just for all the wrong reasons. Simon was a bad guy. Yes, it seems like Simon was the one in the red coat. He was the one who drugged Kay and took her up to the roof using the circus balloon. That was the big eye that Lotta Hart saw through the window, the eye of the circus balloon. Yes, well, April 6th, 5:30 p.m, Very Big Circus, storage tent. Oh god, circus music. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you guys here for the show? Mr. Keyes, Miss Berry. You're a little early. I'm sorry, but we're still getting ready. But I'm so happy you came. You remembered our promise. Yes, I remembered. You asked us to come and see the show when you gave me this. So you wanted us to come see the show. That's a bad sign. I'm so happy you came. Please enjoy yourselves. I'm sure my performance will surprise you, Mr. Edgeworth. Your performance has already surprised me, Mr. Keyes. But he hasn't performed yet. Regina, please have a look at this photo. Is this balloon the property of the Very Big Circus? Oh, it is. Did you see it flying around somewhere? It's highly likely that this balloon was used by the culprit in the case we are investigating. Huh? Who is in charge of the balloon? Well, that would be Simon. But are you saying... I don't like the clown makeup. Can we get rid of that, please? Mr. Keyes, you flew this balloon in the middle of the night, did you not? I do occasionally practice alone at night. I'm not much of a pilot, though. I'm a little clumsy. Heh, so for practice, you'll do something as challenging as flying a balloon at night. Wouldn't that be rather difficult for someone who is clumsy and not much of a pilot? Then, what do you think I was doing, Mr. Edgeworth? You brought Kay to the roof of the Grand Tower in order to frame her for the murder of Jill Crane. Not a single security camera recorded Kay using the elevator. Therefore, the only way she could have gotten up there was through flight. And the only one who could have flown her up there was you, Mr. Keyes. No way. Mr. Edgeworth, how can you say that? That's not all. You drugged John at the garbage pickup and kidnapped him. Wasn't that why you were late when you came to watch the trial of Patricia Rowland? No way. I have no idea what you're saying. There's no way I could do things like that. Please believe me. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I wanted to believe you. However, You have broken that trust yourself. That's horrible. Why would you say that? Oh. He's not going down without a fight. Didn't you once say that you would trust me? That you'd believe in me? Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. That's because we're like birds of a feather. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Birds of a feather, huh? I suppose that's true. We have sufficient information about your past. I doubt you had a motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you were probably the most affected by his death. And I doubt someone as timid as you could work up the courage to murder someone. Alright, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you. I'm so sad. Those words were all lies. It wasn't a lie. We really did trust you. Kay, even you? You said we were like birds of a feather. And yet... I'm hurt, Kay. You've hurt me deeply. Oh... Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe Simon isn't a bad guy after all. I see. So that's how you operate. I understand now, all too well. No matter who you face, you find an emotional weakness and exploit it. You guide each person towards the outcome you desire, without them even noticing it. That is how you are able to mastermind the entire case. I may have fallen for your tricks before, but not this time. Simon Keyes, I indict you. So it's come to this after all. You were always so full of confidence, Mr. Edgeworth. But I rather like that, because now I can rip that confidence to shreds. Hey Lewis, welcome to the stream. Trying to decide what you want to do that won't trigger a headache. Ah, sorry to hear that, Tag. That was amazing. Love his theme. Yeah, he's got a totally different theme, hasn't he? And he's got a tower of animals to lean on. Ha! Good work, everyone. His personality has completely changed. So, the animal tamer who could not tame animals. That was all a facade. This is the real Simon Keyes. Simon, that's not true, is it? Truth or lie? What difference does it make? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth just made me a little upset, that's all. He's very creepy now. You'll take responsibility for upsetting me, right? Balloon practice. Yeah, that was quite a good reveal. It's true. I practiced with the balloon 2 nights ago. That photo must have been taken when the balloon and I passed near the building. I often fly around that area for advertising purposes. In the middle of the night? No one can see you. There's nothing unusual about that, right? Do you often fly around the Grand Tower in the balloon? Yeah, even the circus needs to advertise. Regina, is that true? Yep. It was Simon's job to advertise using the balloon. Most people who live around here should have seen it. That balloon was used in the crime we are investigating. Like I said, it's just a coincidence. I simply happened to pass by the Grand Tower when that photo was taken. I shall determine whether or not it was a coincidence after I hear your full story. I don't like him anymore. It's true. I practiced with a balloon 2 nights ago. Was the balloon launched from this tent? There's a nice big park near the Sunshine Coliseum. I always launch the balloon there. I see. In that case, how do you transport the balloon to the park? Well, it's too heavy to carry by hand. It weighs several hundred pounds. And yet, it can fly in the sky. Amazing, isn't it? I asked you how you transported it. Now answer the question. Ah, I can't even make some small talk. You're mean, Mr. Edgeworth. I used a truck. The balloon is loaded onto the back of the truck. A truck? Yeah. The last time I took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. What colour's the truck? Eh? Yeah, the guy from the second game. What was his name? Matt Ongard, yeah. He did a big face turn. I cannot overlook that piece of testimony. The last time I took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. Allow me to confirm. You haven't driven the truck since then? Do you really need to confirm that? I mean, I just said it 5 seconds ago. Answer the question. Or would it be inconvenient for you to do so? Haha. That's a pretty weak provocation, coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. What could be inconvenient about something I've already said? Fine, I get it. That truck has been parked behind the dressing rooms since 2 days ago. And the balloon and basket are still inside. Is there a problem? There's no problem. I simply wanted to express my thanks for that piece of testimony. So the truck was parked here for the past 2 days. Heck, that was exactly what I wanted to hear, Mr. Keyes. Was it? May I continue? So then, regarding the balloon. That photo must have been taken when the balloon and I passed near the building. You're saying it was simply a coincidence that you were photographed near the tower? Ah, I get it. I know how you operate now, Mr. Edgeworth. You'll insist that a coincidence is impossible until you get your way. When you say it like that, everything will inevitably go your way. How scary. You're wrong. Mr. Edgeworth isn't like that. Kay, calm down. He's only trying to provoke an emotional response. He intends to goad us into losing our focus, in order to derail the topic at hand. Now, why do you think he would do that? Because he's a clown? No, I mean, because he's trying to hide something, I guess. Exactly, Kay. We must not let up on him. However, we must continue to keep our composure. Understand? Yep. So, Simon, allow me, as the assistant, to ask you a question. When you passed by the Grand Tower at that precise moment, was it really just a coincidence? We could have just left things at that, but for the sake of your assistant, I shall explain my reason for being there. I often fly around that area for advertising purposes. Who does he remind me of? Reminds me of someone. So, in addition to advertising with the balloon, maintaining the balloon is also your job. Am I wrong? You're a real stickler for the details, you know? Yeah, that's right. Ask the boss if you want. Right, boss? Yep. Simon is in charge of cleaning and fixing and all that stuff for the balloon. I don't think anyone besides Simon has used the balloon for a while now. That confirms he was the one riding the balloon in the photo taken 2 days ago. However, if he is the mastermind, he must have used it today as well. Am I able to prove that? Looks like you're deep in thought. Is it really that hard to comprehend? Hot air balloons fly in the sky. In other words, the sky is blue and the grass is green. There's nothing unusual about that, right? I wonder about that. You flew the balloon in the middle of the night, eerily close to a certain other incident. Would you say there's nothing strange about that as well? Mr. Edgeworth, isn't that like a really leading question? Won't you please stop being a naughty prosecutor? It's kind of a downer. It's a clown's job to put smiles on people's faces, after all. He ducks and weaves around my questions skillfully. Very well. In that case, I will simply have to make use of a more direct attack. We still don't know much about the balloon. In any case, I must draw out more information. Well, let's see what happens when we get stuff wrong. Yeah, that case also involved a killer. And also had Will Powers as a witness. Lots of connections. Check out Key's badge. You bugged it, you jerk. Mr. Keys, this piece of evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, why don't you take that back? I haven't said anything yet. You don't have to say anything. After all, the look on your face tells me you're about to make an idiotic bluff. What's wrong with my face? He's one tough cookie, but... Miles, you'll be okay, right? I'll be fine, Mr. Shields. I won't give up here. I thought you'd say that. Uncle Ray believes in you. You're an Edgeworth, after all. I'm sure you'll reveal the whole truth for us. Indeed. I shall expose the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Badge. Mr. Keys, could you take a look at this piece of evidence? Well, what about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you understand the significance of this piece of evidence? No, I don't get it. But you don't get it either, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? Grr! So it wasn't this. Mr. Edgeworth, don't get caught up in your opponent's pace. Indeed, it seems I was a bit too careless. Simon Keys, you won't get the better of me. Attaboy, Mr. Edgeworth, steal the truth for great justice. Attaboy. Seen this dialogue? Try one more time. Mr. Simon Keys, your statement contradicts this evidence. Really now? What do you think, Miss Courtney? Me? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I'm terribly sorry, but I do not believe there is any connection. Grr! So I was mistaken. Even your little support team is rejecting your arguments, Mr. Edgeworth. Just what I'd expect from the genius prosecutor. There's no way I could ever mimic you. Simon thinks he's already won. Are you fine with that? I won't back down now. Let's silence him with evidence. Alright, now I'll reload. No way I could mimic you. Interesting. Some weird phrasing there. Hello, sweetie. Cleo's here. She's kind of just sitting there. Just sitting. Alright, so 2 nights ago. Last time you took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. Yeah, but when was... Gosh, so much has happened in such a short amount of time. Now, where's the... Where's Lotta's photo? Do we have that? Ooh. Yeah, I think that must be his truck. Those squirrels are very talented. Yeah, Lotta saw the balloon last night, wasn't it? I guess maybe it was 2 nights ago now. I guess maybe we're gonna point out the truck. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go straight to making a connection with the truck. The truck you put the balloon into, was it blue by any chance? Blue? So what if it is? Today, we saw a blue truck carrying a large basket. If that truck just so happened to be yours, then your claim that you last used it 2 days ago becomes a lie. Did we write down the license plate number? Oh, hi. Agent Lang, Emma. Mr. Edgeworth, I've finally found you. I've been searching for you ever since the incident yesterday. I dashed right over after Kay contacted me just a little while ago. Hey, Wild Knight, how are ya? We're very early into this. This is his first testimony. Yeah, he did a heel turn. He tried to play to our emotions, but Edgeworth saw through it. And then he did a heel turn into a scary clown. Yeah, this is our first testimony with him, so he didn't miss much. Prosecutor Edgeworth, the thing you were looking for. I've found it. It was placed in a blue truck at the dressing room parking lot. Yeah, we knew that. He just told us. A blue truck, as I suspected. That truck is, without a doubt, the one I saw today. There are a number of blue trucks out there, you know. Who's to say you're not mistaking it for a different one? It's definitely that one. I got a good look at it. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, was that... It wasn't me. Okay, words have no strength without evidence to back them up. Oh, that's Mr. Edgeworth's voice. Oh wow. Yeah, he can mimic voices. That's mega creepy. Oh my god. Evidence. Present evidence. Do I have any evidence? to prove that this was the truck I saw today? Did we really not write down a license number? Oh dear. Huh? What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The truck's body is cold to the touch. It seems to have been parked here for some time. You can figure out all that out just by touching it? What could prove that this is the truck I saw? Oh yeah, we can check for my fingerprints. We can also save my game and do the wrong answers. We've got a lot of characters here. Almost everyone. Lang's here. Sebastian isn't here. No way. Is he in court? I don't think he is. I think he's searching for more evidence for Patricia's case. Bloodstains! I'd like to check to see if there are any bloodstains left on the truck. Bloodstains? What's the point of looking for bloodstains? Even if there's a luminol reaction, it's not like it will prove anything, right? I don't really see a point in looking for bloodstains either, Mr. Edgeworth. I'd better come up with something else. It's not like our brilliant prosecutor to spout such nonsense. As I thought, there isn't any evidence at all, is there? Mr. Edgeworth, is there really no evidence? If this truck is the same as the one I saw today... Yeah, I know, we touched it. We touched truck. All our friends are here to watch this clown blow up, yes. Then there must have been something left on the truck. Use a metal detector on it. Detective Gumshoe, please let me use your metal detector. Gummy isn't here. Oh, Gummy's not here. Didn't you ask him to investigate something else for you? Oh, I'd completely forgotten. Using a metal detector on a truck? You sure say some funny things. The whole truck is made of metal. Of course you would get a reaction. I'll have to think of some other way. Now I reload. Who knows how long this end segment's going to be, so let's be careful with our health. Look at that in the background. There's a snake in a cage that it could easily slither out of. Right? That could just go through the bars. Anyway. I'd like to dust the truck for fingerprints. Fingerprints? What for? I don't see any point in that. A certain person's fingerprints should be left on this truck. Am I going to point out whose? And these fingerprints will prove this truck was parked in front of the Grand Tower today. Whose fingerprints prove this truck was in front of the tower? Ah, okay. Simon's! My fingerprints? Wouldn't they be all over the truck anyways? After all, I'm the one who drives the truck. Finding my fingerprints on it doesn't prove a thing. I guess he has a point. We're looking for whoever left fingerprints on the truck in front of the tower, right? In that case, there's only one person it could be. Indeed, it's obvious who must have touched it. It was Lotta! Eh? You're saying they're my fingerprints? Indeed. We should be able to find your fingerprints on the truck. You touched the truck when it was in front of the tower, did you not? I hate to break it to you, but I don't reckon I ever touched that truck at all. Ah! It seems I was mistaken. Alright. Reload. Noisy vehicle in the background. There's lots of noisy vehicles around here. Mine! Edgeworth? Your fingerprints? Indeed. Earlier today, I touched a truck at the plaza in front of the Grand Tower. I'd like to dust for my prints. Emma, might I request a scientific investigation? That's what I'm here for. Just leave it to me. Alright, we're all set. Go ahead, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, she got here at the exact right time, didn't she? Wait, you want me to do it? Of course. Who else but Mr. Edgeworth will be up to the task? Here, I'll show you how it's done. Alright then. You're the scientist. Why don't you just do it yourself? First, we sprinkle some aluminum powder over the area you want to investigate. Like this. Touch the screen to sprinkle the aluminum powder. The powder will adhere to the fingerprints. So once you've sprinkled enough, you blow it away. Blow it away? Yeah, just blow on it with your breath. Whoosh! Blow the powder away by blowing into the microphone. I'd like to dust for my prints. Gumshoe walks in holding Phoenix. I meant my prints. That's really good. Got it? Yes, I think so. I guess we'll do it for real this time. Just so you know, the key point is to sprinkle the powder all over. It seems like a weird time to put this in, but hey. Minigames! Minigames. Play minigames so I can win a golden banana. Wait, wrong game. All over. It's like snow. It's very pretty. Where's the microphone on this thing? There it is. No! We got one! That's a nice clean fingerprint. Let's run the prints against mine, post haste. Alright, just leave it to me. These are definitely your fingerprints, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, it seems to me that we have just proven your statement to be a lie. Oh! What were you doing when you were driving this truck around? Just taking it for a joyride? Kay was abducted 2 nights ago. Your balloon was sighted not far from the scene. Today, there was another kidnapping, in which a garbage truck was used. And once again, your truck was seen nearby. This all sounds like nothing more than a pure coincidence to me. So it was pure coincidence that you parked near 2 separate kidnappings? I doubt that. You were involved in both kidnappings, weren't you? Isn't it a bit rash to automatically assume that the 2 kidnappings were connected? And what if I had evidence to prove that the 2 crimes were performed by the same culprit? Oh, you're serious? I can't wait to hear this. It's the chemical he used. Sleepy Z. Sleepy Z. Which must be some strong stuff. What did Kay and John's kidnappings have in common? Musela's head! This piece of evidence shows that the same culprit was behind both kidnappings. Oh, and just what part of that evidence shows that exactly? I'd say around here. Mr. Edgeworth, try to sound a bit more confident, will you? You don't actually have a clue what you're talking about, do you? Ugh, he saw through me. If the same culprit was behind both kidnapping cases, he must have used the same method. Let's look at the evidence related to the kidnappings again. Right. Perhaps then all will become clear. What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Run out of evidence? No, I have evidence, and I can prove that the culprit in both kidnappings was the same. Where's the slipsy? There it is. Kay was knocked out with a powerful sleeping drug, and a bottle of sleeping drugs was found lying in the place where John was confined. The contents of the bottle were a match with the drugs used on Kay. So that's all you've got, huh? And here I was getting my hopes up. So the same sleeping drugs were used. So what? You think that connects the two incidents? Surely you must realize it yourself. That doesn't prove a thing. There must be something. Evidence that proves he is connected to those cases. The police, prosecutors, and even you, Mr. Edgeworth. In the end, you're all the same. You make up evidence as you see fit, just so you can send some poor soul to prison. Isn't there someone like that here? A poor soul who was wrongly accused in the past? You're wrong. Who would do such a thing? Of course, Simon has an evil cat to lean on, yes. Yeah, he's got an animal tower, topped by an evil cat. Then show me the evidence. If you're going to accuse me of a crime, it's only natural. Yeah, it's no use. I can't seem to find any other threads linking him to the kidnappings. Now then, have you finally run out of ammo, Mr. Edgeworth? I still have preparations to make at the circus. So, if you'll excuse me.
Objection.
Now, you two. No need to get so heated. And Simon, you're looking good in that clown makeup. Hey, what's your deal? Don't just butt in like that. Uncle Ray's not so good in such a stiff environment. I mean, why so serious, right? Hey, Kay, how about a little trick? At last, my moment has arrived. The great Kay Faraday presents a Simon impression. Objection! Why you? Enough already! Psst. Hey, Miles, I'm buying you some time to get all your ducks in a row. There's probably a better way to stall for time than this, but whatevs. Woo! Nice one, Kay! I'm not so sure about this method either. But I have to find something that connects Simon to the case, and I need to find it now. Is there evidence not related to the kidnapping that's connected to the Mastermind's identity? That's it. The Mastermind is the same person as the young acolyte Dogan was looking for. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that was Knightley, and Simon was just a go-between. Guess not, though. So Simon's the young acolyte. If I can just connect the young acolyte to Simon... Which piece of evidence could be connected with the Mastermind's true identity? Well, first I'll pick something that's definitely not true. Lotta's testimony. I found it. This is the evidence that connects you to the case. Really now? That's interesting. Well then, show me how it's connected. Leave it to me. If you hold it like this, and turn it this way... Too bad. Epic fail, Mr. Edgeworth. Whose side are you on, anyways? Something. I have to find something. It simply must exist. Alright, now I'll save. At least Simon wasn't the one to say, why so serious? Considering he's the one dressed like a clown. Evidence that shows the Mastermind is connected to those involved in this case. Connecting the Mastermind with the Acolyte. But we still have her bug. I mean, can we search him to find the listening device, maybe? So this must have been written by Simon. That is connected to the Acolyte. Well, this is more connected to how he killed the president's body double, so I don't think that's what we want. Where did we find the doll again? No, it was in evidence, wasn't it? The IS-7 incident documents. The ring. Knightley's ring. A bug. Still haven't done anything with this recording. There's too much evidence. Okay, so he's the one who set the fire. So he's the one who drew this, right? I should swap these. There we go. So he retyped these letters. It's a cool looking balloon. Yeah, well... We're trying to prove he's the Acolyte, but I feel like maybe the bug could be useful here as well. So I think... I don't know if he's meant to know that we're not a prosecutor anymore. He kind of let some info slip there. But what do you say? Like the police, the prosecutors, and even you, which suggests he knows we're not a prosecutor at the moment, which I don't think he's supposed to know. We'll try the bug. Yeah, I don't think that's it. Nope, reload. This one's quite big brain. My brain is tired. Evidence that shows the Mastermind is connected to those involved in this case. Not sure exactly what we're looking for, actually. Because we also know the president, wasn't it? Maybe we'll go for this? It feels too early to point this out, though. Yeah. Nah. Too early for that. To point out that the president was never seen coming down, so his balloon was probably used for that as well. Hello, sweetie. Hello, Cleo. Just sitting there quietly. She's being very patient. She's a good girl. Good cat. The Mastermind's true identity. Alright. So this ring. What's the significance of the ring? Does that have anything to do with... The ring was how we proved that Knightley was one of the missing children from 18 years ago. Does it prove anything about Simon, though? Swap that again. Report on Knightley. Why was he forwarding the letters onto Knightley? That's what I don't get. Did Dogan not realise he was playing chess not with his pal, but with Knightley? I'm very confused as to why Knightley was the one playing chess with him. Now, where's the chess? He typed and printed this out. I'm sure he wouldn't have been silly enough to leave his fingerprints on it. What's my cat's name? Cleo. Yeah, her name's Cleo. Hello, sweetie. She looked up when I said her name. She knows her name, don't you, sweetie? Good girl. This is a tough one. So he gave... we still have this drawing as well. This drawing's another interesting thing. I don't see anything that can be used to identify him here, though. So he's the one who passed his chessboard to Knightley, and that had a knife in it, I think. And he claimed that he didn't know about it at the time. No, that doesn't really do anything. Reload. It's a tough one. The grand turnabout. Yeah, this case has been pretty grand, I must say. It's a good case. Mastermind's true identity. Wait, maybe the chess memo? Since we know it's someone Knightley knew? Yeah, okay. Knightley and Dogen both communicated through a certain individual. Oh, then that somebody must be the mastermind behind the case. That's it. The mastermind played a role in the correspondence chess. If I can prove that it was Simon, then that's enough. I can't stomach any more of your sorry excuse for a performance. If you have no more objections, then I ask that you let me get back to preparing for the show. Thank you for the help, Mr. Shields, though you may have taken it a little too far. You sure look happy. I take it you found something? Look at me, I'm Simon the clown, the funny clown. What? He's not German. Is he? Okay, you can stop now. Now then, Mr. Keys, do you happen to like chess? That was rather out of the blue. But since you asked, I can't say that I dislike chess. The mastermind played correspondence chess with Sirhan Dogen. If I recall, it was Knightley who had been playing chess with Dogen, wasn't it? Are you saying that he was the mastermind? There was no way Knightley could have been the mastermind. The reason being, the mastermind had continued to work behind the scenes, even after Knightley's death. That being the case, who could have written this letter? I believe someone acted as the middleman between Dogen and Knightley. So, you're saying that you think I'm the middleman? And just why would I have to go to all that trouble and do something like that? Most likely, to make it appear as if there was a connection between Knightley and Dogen. And, as a result, Knightley was killed by Patricia Rowland. Oh, did he intend Knightley to die? Oh? Meow to you two. Wow, I didn't think he intended that. Oh my god. No way! Are you saying it was all set up so that he would be killed by her? What are you saying? There's no way I could manipulate a person that far. Look at me. It takes all I have just to get the animals to perform tricks. If only just a scrap of the letters he exchanged with Knightley still remained. It'd be decisive evidence. I'd like to investigate your room. There could be decisive. If it's the letters you're looking for, you won't find any in there. What? I'm the type of guy who throws his letters away as soon as he's done reading them. Where's the point in living in the past? Nurgh. Does that mean he's already gotten rid of the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, everything you have said so far has been nothing more than baseless conjecture. The evidence. I'm just one step behind it. What should I do? Am I all out of moves? Without evidence, I won't allow you to cast doubt on my friendship with Knightley. Who was that? Right, who was it this time? Excuse me. Miss Berry? What's on her mind? I've been listening in on what you all were saying, and, when you say Mr. Knightley, you mean Simon's friend, Mr. Knightley, right? Yes, that's correct. Does she know something? This morning, a letter arrived from Mr. Knightley. It was for Simon. What? What? What did you say? But that's impossible. Knightley's already dead. Miss Berry, please let me see that letter. Okay, here you go. Quick, open it! Oh, has he not seen the letter yet? Oh no. This is bad for him. This is a correspondence chest letter. Next, move the pawn to g6. Now, can you see the path to checkmate? I can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose at chess against me, right? This is the response to Dogen's last move. Now, can you see the path to checkmate? I can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose at chess against me, right? The postmark says March 26th, the day before Knightley's death. It seems the letter arrived late. Since the circus moves around so much, a lot of the mail people send us arrive late. Now, why was this letter addressed to you? This is proof that you were the middleman between Dogen and Knightley. Normally, you would transcribe this letter into Braille before sending it to Dogen. And in doing so, you created a connection between him and Knightley. Damn it! Curse you, Knightley! Why must you continue to interfere? Simon, why? Wasn't Knightley your only friend? Ha! Don't be ridiculous. I stopped thinking of him as a friend 18 years ago. 18 years ago? Would that have been the day of the IS-7 incident? Thanks to Knightley, I nearly died that day in the snowstorm. While I was on my way to the contest venue, where my father was waiting, Knightley suddenly appeared. He held me down, tied up my hands and feet, and with tears streaming down his face. He kept apologizing. My dad's too scary. I can't disobey him. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I won't allow you to cast aspersions on my friendship with my best friend, whom I refer to by his last name. Yes. Stop it, Horace. I promised my dad. I said I'd taste his desserts. If I'm not there, Dad will be in trouble. I'm gonna let everyone know my dad's desserts are the best in the world. After that, he locked us inside a car. It was so cold I could see my own breath. Before we knew it, the doors had frozen shut, and not even he could get them open. And then, I lost my father. What? Your father? Horace Knightley was the son of the murderer who killed my father. What could this mean? His confession runs contrary to the information we have. But the name of the victim in the IS-7 incident was Isaac Dover. Isaac Dover is my father's name. 18 years ago, my memories were muddled from the shock of my near-death experience. So it wasn't until later that I learned the truth. On that day, my father was murdered. The culprit of the IS-7 incident was a confectioner by the name of Dane Gustavia. Huh. So that was the name of Knightley's father. That lowlife scum of the earth killed my father. Just the thought of him makes me sick. So you knew who the culprit was all along? Huh. Of course not. Had I known, I would have tipped off the police a long time ago. All I knew was that Knightley's father was trying to set up my own father. That's why I immediately knew that the one who died that day was my dad. Knightley had a hand in my father's murder, that traitor. He was the son of a killer. It's only natural that he ended up dead. It would appear that you are a victim of a very serious misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? Just what are you talking about? Isaac Dover. At the time, he was actively working as a sculptor in France, under the name Pierre Hoquet. Is that right? Well, I'm sorry to say, I don't remember that at all. Oh God. This is messy. It's only natural you don't remember. After all, he's not your real father. Huh? What? Is that supposed to be a joke? I am not amused. You won't be able to laugh at all once I reveal the truth to you. This piece of evidence proves that you are not Isaac Dover's son. The ring. But maybe the badge. Same thing, right? What's that supposed to tell me? Can't you see? This shows that you and Dover aren't. Mr. Edgeworth, that doesn't prove anything. I honestly don't have a clue what you're trying to get at. No, it seems I was wrong. Hang in there, Miles. Who was really Mr. Dover's son? If you keep calm and think it through, the answer should come naturally. Isaac Dover's real son. Mr. Edgeworth, stop joking around. There's no doubt that I'm Isaac Dover's son. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Keyes, but that's simply not possible. The cat alarm's going off. The cat ran all the way down the hallway to come see us. Well, to see food. Come back, sweetie. Hello, puppy. Oh, hello. Yeah, it's dinner time for cats. Well, for this cat anyway. I'm gonna go feed her. I'll go to the bathroom. And then I'll be back and we'll play more. Because I really need to see what happens. Alright, let's save. Save the game. Give it some music. Good night, Rose. Thanks for hanging out. And I shall be back soon. Ish. 10 minutes? Maybe longer? I don't know. I might drink some honey. Maybe. You know what? Screw it. It's a long break. I'm gonna drink some honey. Okay. I'll be back. Okay. I'm back, everyone. Sorry it took a while. I drank some honey and also had a knock on the door to answer. Okay. Just was taking care of some stuff. So I had a parcel that went missing. It was supposed to be delivered today, but didn't show up. And yeah, it was delivered to the wrong address. But the person it was accidentally delivered to just dropped it by, so that's good. I have my parcel. No thanks to the post. Thank you. Hey, Wild Knight. Hey, Tag. Okay, that's that sorted. Now, to sort out an evil clown, maybe, hopefully. We'll try. Cat is sorted as well. She is fed. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Keys, but that's just simply not possible. Yes, I think we're showing the ring that was given to Knightley. But he remembers... So his memories are strange. He remembers being tied up by the other kid. You've had that happen before, twice within a week? Oh, sorry to hear that, Tag. Did the other people drop off the parcel to you? Or do they keep it? Take that! What's that? Isn't that Knightley's chessboard and his ring? I want you to take a good look at this ring's design. There are 2 letters inscribed in it. That is the seal Pierre Hoquet used as his signature. 18 years ago, it was found lying near the body of Isaac Dover. What? Why would Knightley have my father's memento with him? The police had found Isaac Dover's son and gave it to him. Isaac Dover's real son is Horace Knightley. What? But that means I'm... In other words, you are Dane Gustavia's son. That's a lie. After all, my father is... My memories are... I lost my father because Knightley locked me up in the car. That's why I thought it would be fitting if he were killed as well. Really? I'll be able to see a circus show, even in prison. Huh. I enjoy playing chess with you, but I'm looking forward to your performance as well. Okay, he thought he was playing chess with Simon. Why was Simon forwarding that on to... Oh, yeah, to make a connection between them. Okay. I see. I understand. The person down the road brought it to you. Just silly that it happened twice. Yeah, especially within 1 week. Same wrong address too. Oh, that's awful. Yes, please look forward to it. Alright, you better drop by again. I'll be thinking about my next move. Oh yeah, I've left something special inside that chessboard for you. You should check it out later. Something special? I'm not quite sure what you mean, but thanks. I owe you one, Simon. If only you hadn't stopped me 18 years ago. It wouldn't have had to come to this. Huh? Did you say something? Nope, not a word. Goodbye, Horace. Wow. After all that, you're saying it was my father who killed Knightley's? Then that means... Was it all for nothing? I didn't want to become some weakling who could be killed by anyone. That's why I thought I'd follow in Mr. Dogan's footsteps. This finally proves it. Simon Keys, you are Dogan's correspondence chess partner, and the mastermind behind this case. Seems a bit too easy. That's right. It was me. I'm the mastermind behind it all. He's finally showing his true colours. Oh god. Evil clown music, no! Hey UED, welcome, how are ya? He must have projected himself into his friend's shoes due to trauma, yeah. Especially if his dad was abusive, which it sounds like he was. Because Gustavia was a scumbag. Is a scumbag, he's still alive I guess. As you all know, I witnessed the incident 12 years ago. President Huang's assassination. Evil clown music, yelp. Yeah, Simon is an evil clown. He's really creepy. So we found out he has had mixed up memories this whole time. He thought his father was killed by Knightley's, but he's actually Gustavia's son. Yeah, he thought Knightley's father killed his. And he actually set up for Knightley to be killed. He intended that. But yeah. Turns out he was wrong. So, the child who drew that picture was Simon Keyes. When I was found out, I was subjected to horrible interrogations over and over by that heartless Patricia. I'd spend the nights trembling in my bed, terrified of what the next day would bring. I'm sure you can understand why I'd want to sneak out of there, right? However, Blaze would have likely sent pursuers after you. Exactly. I was on the run from them every waking moment. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't even sleep at night. I'd jump at the slightest noise. Aww. And that's why I became a circus performer. Blaise de Best was the chief prosecutor, and Patricia Rowland was the warden of the prison. No ordinary person would be a match for those two, and there were no adults I could rely on. Furthermore, behind the scenes was the body double who had set those two in motion. Though he was a fake, I was up against a nation's president. Talk about utter despair, right? My only ally was Mr. Dogan. He saved my life, after all. He actually helped me out, unlike Knightley. If this story is true, it's ironic. Dogan, the fiendish assassin, was idolized by the child he saved. If I followed in his footsteps, I'd no longer have to worry about being eaten alive. That's right. Now it's my turn. My turn to devour those who would feed upon me. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police. No way, no way! As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today, during Patricia's trial? I knew from the very beginning that things would turn out like this. The evidence from Patricia Rowland's trial. Oh, Edgeworth. So I suppose you never went to the police? Edgy? Sweetie? Honey? The police are very corrupt. So, he's saying that he expected the evidence would be destroyed. Yeah, even in this, like, Blaze is the chief prosecutor. Yeah, like, as if that would have turned out well for him. I see. So that's why you kidnapped John. To force a guilty verdict, even in the absence of evidence. Who's to say? But in order to expose the crimes of 12 years ago, there was no other choice. That's according to you. However, Blaze also attempted to kidnap John in order to manipulate the trial in his favour. Your methods are no different than those of the people you so despise. That's only if I were actually the kidnapper. But I would never do anything so evil. No way, no way, no way. I just simply couldn't. Besides, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm actually quite thankful to the real criminals for giving me the opportunity to extract such sweet revenge. Yeah. All you would have to do is get Manfred as a prosecutor and let evil battle evil. Good point. So, you admit it. Your motive was revenge. I wonder if there was any connection between Blaze and Manfred. Like, what do they think of each other? Yeah, I admit it. So what? Sure, I held a grudge against those creeps. But it's not like I'm the one who actually killed them, you know? Truth be told, all I did was send some letters. So he didn't kill the body double. I let Jill in on Blaze's secrets, and let Blaze in on Jill's secrets. And then the two simply ended up trying to kill each other. Do you mean to say the murder was nothing more than a result of that? Yep. Just like the case at Gourd Lake. It's way easier than trying to control wild animals. All I did was come up with a fake assassination plan for Knightley. So that was also a part of his plan. If that's the case, then Rook's murder was also your... Whoa! Don't try to pin that on me. Knightley killed him all on his own. Well, it ended up creating the perfect opportunity for me. It's funny how things work out. How can you say such a thing? It was the same for Patricia Rowland. I made it look like there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan. By using the correspondence chess match and the chisel in the chessboard. What? You mean to say that you were the one who prepared the chisel? That's right. I thought it would bring Dogan to mind. Quite a thoughtful little gift, wouldn't you agree? And that was all it took to get Patricia to murder Knightley. Oh, the feeling that everyone around you is an enemy. I know it all too well. The tiniest spark can set off an explosion of fear, resulting in horrific mutual destruction. All I did was watch the comedy of errors unfold from the audience. And you were my final pawn, Mr. Edgeworth. A pawn? Me? When you solved their cases, you brought both Blaze and Patricia to their ruin. And the weapon that delivered the coup de grace was your own logic. I didn't solve those cases for your sake. He's murdered a ton of people, so nobody. You ain't getting out of this by claiming, wah, I didn't actually kill nobody. Yes. He says that Well, then who killed the body double? Oh, I know. You never really cared about saving me. You just wanted to pretend to be a defense attorney, didn't you? What did you... All I had to do was go, no way, no way, no way, and act all scared. And you totally believed me. You were giving it your all trying to save me. So even your arrest was just a ploy to make me use my logic? To be fair, getting arrested wasn't part of the plan. When people began to suspect that the chisel I sent was the murder weapon, honestly, I broke out in a cold sweat. I thought for sure it would be curtains for me. But then a turnabout of miraculous proportions. The genius prosecutor himself had come to my rescue. Well, doesn't it feel nice to be thanked by me, the one that you saved? You should be grateful. I gave you this chance to play the ace attorney. That fourth wall comes crumbling down. You're wrong. He wasn't pretending to be a defense attorney. Mr. Edgeworth is always serious about saving people. Even the times when he saved me in the past. Kay. Is that so? Are you sure he's not just trying to emulate his own father, the one he admired so much? Absolutely not. That's not true at all. Now, Kay. The person he's talking about now isn't Miles, but rather Simon himself. Clearly, he is not able to trust others. The desire to save someone other than himself is something he cannot even comprehend. Say what you want, but make sure you think about it long and hard. Sure, all my targets for revenge got what they deserved in the end. However, instigating murder? Series name drop. He said the title, yes. Think about it. Can any one of my actions really be considered a crime? I instigated murder. There's not a single word about that in the letter, is there? If I had said the word kill even once, I guess it could be considered instigation. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it. What are you saying? You kidnapped me. We have how many witnesses here? Shouldn't that count for something? We have a defense attorney. We have a prosecutor. We have a great thief Yadagarasu. We have an ex-prosecutor. We've got a detective, Emma. We've got a lot of people here. Oh, we got Lang. What's his title now? Detective, I guess. An Interpol agent. Oh yeah, and there's a judge as well, who's also a member of the PIC. We have how many witnesses all here? Is this the first time it happened? Game title was said in-game? I think so. Yeah, I think that's the first time they've said Ace Attorney. Well, maybe they said it once before, I can't remember. It's pretty rare, though. What are you saying? You kidnapped me! I'm sorry, but that hasn't been proven yet, has it? The only thing I admitted to was sending the letters. Besides, those letters contained no threats or coercions. I simply conveyed information. Information that each recipient would find beneficial. Ugh. You crafty little... Can't we do something about it? What was it he said? Integrating murder? Instigating murder is when a person directs someone else to commit a murder. The person who directed the murder can be charged as if he committed the crime himself. So we just have to find proof that he directed those murders. You make it sound so easy. To be honest, it kinda pisses me off a little. You're all trying to frame an innocent person for murder. Don't you understand? I'm not obligated to waste any more time on this pointless discussion. Not so fast, man! The police are waiting for you outside of this tent. You have nowhere to run. Really now? You think I wouldn't have an escape route prepared? For example, let's say... I gave an order so that all the animals here attacked you. Now, what if I were to take my leave during the ensuing chaos? What'd you say? You can't be serious. It was just an example. Wouldn't that make for an interesting show? Well. Here's another idea. What if I pulled out a hidden gun and took John hostage? That might be more exciting. Wait, is John here? I will never allow you to do such a thing. Yeah, no, John's not here at the moment. I can't tell whether or not Simon is being serious. However, when it comes to him, we should consider anything a possibility. If you continue to bore me with your drivel, I'll end the show right here. I'd like you to keep that in mind before you make any baseless objections. I'm gonna save my game. He's warning my health bar. He's threatening my health bar. That's the actual scary thing he could do. Ugh. I cannot make any careless remarks. Isn't there some way I can charge him with his crimes? Think about it. Can any one of my actions really be considered a crime? You incited others to commit murder, and they did so. If proof of that was established, you would be charged as if you yourself committed the murders. I know I heard it just a while ago, but what's the technical term again? It's instigating murder, Kay. Blaze, Patricia Rowland, and Knightley. Their crimes are unforgivable, of course. However, the one who pulled the strings from behind the scenes and drove them all to murder was none other than you, Simon Keyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you really do speak your mind freely, but you know, I instigated murder. There's not a single word about that in the letter, is there? There's not a single word? Oh, does that surprise you? You'd reach the same conclusion if you examined it. Given his composure, I'd say he's not bluffing. Does this mean that every single word in his letters had been carefully calculated? Well, I guess you could say this is like teaching a monkey to climb a tree. Unless you can somehow prove that I caused those murders, you've got nothing on me. Ergo, you can't accuse me of instigating murder. What a shame, Mr. Edgeworth. If I had said the word kill even once, I guess it could be considered instigation. I know you instigated the murders. Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze the Best to kill Jill Crane. What? You told me yourself. But you know, the funny thing is, it means absolutely nothing if you have no proof. I mean, there's no way I'd ever say something like that. No way, no way, no way. No, that's certainly true. It means absolutely nothing if I can't prove it. If there was some evidence that could prove what he said over the phone. Yeah, finally we get to use that tape. That tape recording. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it. Maybe you did say it. Did you or didn't you? It doesn't really matter whether I did or didn't. That's not what's important. I'm sure you know full well, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no way to prove it. There's no way any proof could exist. Yeah. Until I find some sort of proof, my arguments are meaningless. Should I press him to draw out more information, or review the evidence? At any rate, I must find some way to break through his defence. He confessed to me over the phone. He told me he had Blaze kill Miss Crane. If only there was some evidence that could prove what he said over the phone. Thanks, Edgeworth, for the backseating. Wonder if we get any new dialogue for presenting something wrong. I don't think so, but just in case. We'll just check. Mozilla says you're the killer. Mr. Keyes, this piece of evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, why don't you take that back? I haven't said anything yet. You don't have to say anything, after all. The look on your face tells me you're about to make an idiotic bluff. Ah yeah, we've seen this dialogue. When Ray comes in. Okay. Not new dialogue. Got to time out Edgeworth for backseating. Want to see how this resolves, but rules are rules. Just put like a big black square over Edgeworth's sprite and text. Just a big black box. Anyway. There's that recording. But it used a voice modulator, so we still have to prove that he has the transmitter. The listening device. No? bet that's just the wrong statement. I'll press it at the other one. There we go. Wrong statement. It is my firm conviction that you instigated the murders. After all, you told me so yourself. Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaise de Best to kill Jill Crane. What? Did I say that? I really don't remember. Smug shrug. You may think you can deceive us as much as you want. But unfortunately for you... Unfortunately? You used a bug to eavesdrop on our conversations. But there was someone else who wiretapped that bug of yours and recorded the whole thing. It was... recorded. In other words, the conversation between you and that clown is recorded on that tape? Langzhi says, a schemer drowns in his own schemes, and this is what he meant. Miss Swift, I'd like to listen to your tape. Roger! Ah, it's right about here. Mr. Edgeworth, Judge Courtney's cell phone is ringing. Who is this? Are you the person who ambushed Kay? Mr. Edgeworth, I want to listen in on this too. Very well. This is where it starts. Well, I must say... Huh? That's odd. What's wrong? Well, there ain't nothing recorded past this point. Ah, damn. What? Why? Why wasn't it recorded? Yeah. Too bad, so sad. Did you really think I'd leave behind any incriminating evidence? The bug I planted has a special feature. It can be turned on and off with a remote control. What? That sort of thing exists? Certainly, remote-controlled listening devices do exist. However... Are you saying you switched off the device so that your own voice would not be recorded? Precisely. Impossible. You couldn't have done that unless you knew you were being recorded. Isn't it obvious I knew? I guess you just don't get it. You could call it a hunch. I had a feeling I was being wiretapped. Miss Swift, was it? I figured things out because you knew about the kidnapping. Don't tell me. You were listening in on that conversation? That's right. Though come to think of it, I'm surprised you didn't realize it until now. Some genius prosecutor you turned out to be, Mr. Edgeworth. Nah. Oh my. And what was the end result of all this? Ah, since you don't have any proof of the instigation charges, it's game over. No. But isn't he just admitting that he planted the bug? That the bug's his? Because the only chance that could have been planted was when Kay was kidnapped. So we can get him for kidnapping at the least. Mr. Prosecutor, was my recorder no help to you at all? Ain't there something? Anything at all in my recording? Miss Swift. Kay. Yes? The bug was planted in your badge, right? Do you have any ideas? How do you expect me to come up with an answer right off the top of my head? You were the only one who came into contact with the culprit. How unsightly. You're all fussing over useless evidence. Let's move on to the next topic. Next. What's this? He seems a bit eager to change the topic of conversation. You were the only one who came into contact with the culprit. Only Kay came into contact with Simon. If any sound was recorded at the time she was with the culprit. Miss Swift, how long have you been recording? Since 2 nights ago, I reckon. Since 2 nights ago? In that case, when could a conversation with Simon possibly have been recorded? Let's save. Yeah, we can't prove he instigated murder. But we should be able to prove he kidnapped her though, right? We can prove he at least did that. But yeah, we can't prove he instigated murder though. I think 2 nights ago. Because yeah, that's when he kidnapped Kay. Last night. What was last night? Two nights ago. That was also when the president was seen on the rooftop, and then he never came back down. So perhaps he had a little chat with the president? President's body double, whatever. Wait. Alright, well I think this morning is wrong. Let's go with that. Miss Swift, could we listen to this morning's recording? This morning? Sure, that's fine, but... Didn't you have my badge with you this morning, Mr. Edgeworth? And also, don't forget that you were inside the detention cell. So wouldn't your voice be the only one on there? I had forgotten that. Wow, that was just this morning that he was in a detention cell. So much has happened. Mr. Prosecutor, was my recorder no help? At the time when Kay was kidnapped by the culprit, it's possible the bug may have picked up the culprit's voice, in which case, the culprit's conversation should still be left on the tape. Last night. Yeah, but it's Ace Attorney, we're only concerned with murder charges. True. Miss Swift, could we listen to last night's recording? Last night? I don't mind, but... The culprit's conversation should have been recorded at that time. Miles, last night Kay was... with you. That would make you seem like the culprit. It seems I was wrong. Get my health back. And then we shall advance. And I shall drink some water. Two nights ago, Simon brought Kay to the roof. If we listen to the recording from that time frame... Miss Swift, please let us listen to the recording from 2 nights ago. Huh? Okie dokie. This is the sound of a hot air balloon. That's right. At the time, Simon was carrying Kay in a hot air balloon. Ergo, he was near Kay. Isn't there anything recorded? Bang! Clang! Interesting. Ah, that was... a gunshot! It seems you were quick to deactivate the bug. However, you were a little too late. You can't run anymore. That gunshot ties you to the case. Huh? What are you saying? There's no gun involved in this case, is there? No. There should be someone connected to the case who fired a gun. Let's strike with the evidence that points to that person. Okay. Let's save. Not quite sure where we're going with this. Which piece of evidence connects the gunshot to the case? Combination lock. Could you perhaps take a look at this piece of evidence? Are you saying that this proves a gun is related to the case? That is what I believe. Are you saying that I'm wrong? I don't think it has any connection at all. But, Murph, it seems this wasn't it. This isn't like you, Miles. Think about it a little harder. I'm sorry. The person who fired the gun could be the same person who kidnapped me, right? That's possible. However, it seems we can't be sure. To see if there is something that connects those involved with the case with a gun, we should review the evidence once more. What are you mumbling about? As I thought, the gun isn't related at all, is it? No, the gunshot that was recorded is greatly related to this case. And hang on, just gotta reload. You have a needy J on your lap. Ah. But one of the twins is waking up. Oh, why do they always want attention at the same time? Telepathy. They're actually working together. Yes, the only ones that can communicate completely with a baby is a cat. Take that. Let's see. Gunshot. So 2 nights ago, that was when Jill Crane was killed. What? But she wasn't. I forget what. She wasn't killed with a gunshot, right? Well, I'll just look through the evidence. We're still not quite sure who set up his death. No guns. Gun? Anyone got a gun? Gun? Gun. Searching for a gun? You're not a gun? No? Are you a gun? I like how, have you noticed that I'm not presenting the badge anymore because it could actually be the answer to something? Because it was bugged. Correspondence chest, that shouldn't have anything to do with a gun. That's an old drawing. There is bloodstain, shoes, fire. SS5 incident, sleepy drugs. Pretty flowers. There's so much going on in this case. Mechanics gloves. John's practice video. Yeah, he got a phone call and then he left. Came back to find the president squished. Nothing to do with a gun. We sure it's a gunshot? Okay, the doll. Can I listen to the thing from the doll again? Please? I don't think that's right. Nope, that does not look right. Reload! A gun. What connects the gunshot? Let's see. We have his official autopsy now, don't we? Yeah. Oh no, wait. The gunpowder residue was found on his right hand. Haha! I forgot about that completely. Take that! It's written right here, in the body double's autopsy report. Gunpowder residue was detected on his right hand. Where was Kay at the time this gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was being carried to the roof of the Grand Tower in your balloon. And as it turns out, there were a few more people on that very same rooftop at the time. You mean the double and me? Ah, certainly, after we talked for a brief moment. The body double noticed something and had me leave before him. Now, what if the gunshot rang out after that? We can clearly hear it in the recording. I doubt that you wouldn't have noticed it. Do you intend to feign ignorance until the very end? That's nothing more than mere conjecture. What we heard on the recording was not just a gunshot. Bang clang. If you listen closely, you can hear the bullet hitting something. If the body double was aiming at Simon, then the bullet may have struck which piece of evidence? So did he shoot the balloon and then the balloon fell on him and crushed him? Because that would be kind of funny. I mean, he could have fixed the balloon. He maintains it. Maybe it hit the chest memo somehow. Eh? Did the bullet really hit that thing? That surprised me too. Mr. Prosecutor, it looks like he's totally clowning around with you. Nice one, Ling. Well, I don't think that's the right evidence either. No, to be rebutted this much. Mr. Prosecutor, do you really understand? If you think about who the double was aiming at, the answer should be clear. Let me just save my game. Indeed, the bullet could only have hit that piece of evidence. The balloon. The body double likely fired the gun at the balloon. If we assume that the bullet hit something, it would have been the balloon's basket. Let's examine it immediately! Oop. It's a basket with a bullet hole. We've got everything else first for fun. This basket needs to be examined from every angle. Please be thorough. Yep, I'll start with this end. Hey, you guys give him a hand. Yes, Shifu? Aw, nothing here. Did you guys find anything on your end? Nothing at all. Not even a single speck of dust. I expected as much. The sound made on impact sounded more metallic than anything the basket's woven material could produce. So I guess it hit the tank. There's a gas tank here. It's attached to the basket. I don't think we would be looking at this tank right now if a bullet had hit it. In fact, neither Simon or I would still be here. We would have been blown sky high. Let's look elsewhere then. Okay. Oh. This hole. It's a bullet hole. A bullet hole was found in the basket. You won't be able to talk your way out of this one. No. How do you intend to explain the gunshot and bullet hole? So you've figured it out. You're good. I guess it's impossible to hide anything from you. Spit it out already. Okay. No need to be impatient. Oh, here we go again. 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, I was cleaning my gun and I accidentally shot the basket. It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop. I saw the body double in you, Miss Courtney, on the roof. Talk about a surprise. Only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him. He then pointed a gun at me and fired. Why did he want to shoot down the balloon? It's simple. The body double had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Kill me? That's right. You talked to the double about John, didn't you? Well, it's not like the body double would have met with you otherwise. From his point of view, it was like showing him evidence that he was a fake. You mean he was afraid of Judge Courtney because she knew about John's past? Afraid? That's exactly right. That body double was a coward after all. I even remember how his hands were trembling when he fired the gun at my balloon. Are we all clear now? I was only there by chance. Just a friendly witness who was passing by. Presto music, let's go, yeah! It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop. Around what time was that? I think it was around 11 p.m. It should coincide with the time Miss Courtney and company were on the roof, right? Yes, it was indeed around that time. There doesn't seem to be any contradictions. However, the time frame is important. And it was at that moment. I saw the body double in you, Miss Courtney, on the roof. Talk about a surprise. Are you saying this rooftop rendezvous was beyond your expectations? There's no way I could have known about that beforehand. Well, once the dust settled, I could guess what would have happened though. The double had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Hey, did you realize that? No, I did not realize it. It's because you were blabbing on and on about that kid. What kind of mother are you? If things had gone badly, your kid might have died because of you. God, this guy's a piece of poop. I'm your opponent, not her. Don't change the conversation. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to please leave this to me. My apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, Goddess of Law. Please watch over this man and grant him aid. Haha, you're making me laugh. This lady didn't even notice the balloon. Only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him. He had her leave ahead of him. Didn't you say the body double had planned to kill her? Maybe he thought it would be bad if someone saw the scene of the murder. At the time, no one knew that the president was a fake, right? Once he got the info on John, he'd be able to kill both mother and son whenever he wanted. Thank goodness he's dead. Now you're both safe. You should be happy. Whatever emotions you have towards that man, please put them aside until it's all over. For now, please continue your story. As you wish. And so, that cowardly body double must have panicked when an eyewitness suddenly appeared from the skies. He then pointed a gun at me and fired. Let's just save. Not sure if I saved before, so we save now. Save. Always save, forever save. Eyewitness testimony from the balloon. So that means if Simon hadn't come, Judge Courtney would probably have been in danger. So, wouldn't that mean he saved her life? The motive behind Mr. Key's actions was probably not so noble. After all, this man was there to commit a crime, just like the fake president. To expose his crimes, I'll need to listen carefully to his testimony. There must be an opening somewhere. If the body double had killed her there, it would have been obvious though, because there was footage of them both going up to the roof. Don't know what his plan was. He then pointed a gun at me and fired. The bullet struck the balloon's basket cleanly. I panicked and quickly tried to get away so he wouldn't shoot me down, but... Talk about a close call. You say you tried to get away right then? That's right. Is there a problem? Is there a problem with his statement? Nah. No, there is no problem. I see. In that case, it's fine. Eyewitness testimony. Yep, seen that. Oh no, she tripped and fell off the roof. The horror. Probably was going to try that, eh? Alright, we'll try the other option. Yes, it's a problem. You must have placed Kay on the rooftop. You couldn't have gotten away before then, correct? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. After the body double fired one shot, he entered the hatch to the 51st floor. I looked around for a bit and then landed on the roof. Please add that statement to your testimony. Sure, I don't mind. Now we know he didn't go there though, because Lotta was there. Maybe the fake president actually took a liking to John when he met him on set. Possible, but John is living proof that he's fake. A blood test can be done. After the double fired one shot, he entered the hatch to the 51st floor. You mean the hatch that leads to the hidden storeroom for the black market auction? Black market auction? Huh? I don't really want to remember, but that was 2 days ago, right? Indeed. The black market auction was held on the 50th floor of the Grand Tower. A lot of people must have been coming and going through the storeroom during the incident. Indeed. If the double truly did enter the storeroom as Simon said, it's strange that no one noticed him. The problem here is when this incident occurred. If we know the precise moment, then a certain piece of evidence may come in handy. Anyway, just gonna save in case I get it wrong. You're being sarcastic. Okay. I'm bad at detecting sarcasm. Don't mind me. Yeah, so I'm thinking Lotta's testimony at the moment. Objection! Once again, you lied. Lied? The body double could not have entered the storeroom on the 51st floor 2 nights ago. Miss Hart's testimony proves it. What? How can you trust that sham journalist's testimony? What'd you say? You can't insult my mentor like that. 2 nights ago, that lady was staking out the 51st floor. Given that, just how did that body double leave the roof? Indeed, that is what we must now prove. If he did not use the elevator or the 51st floor to leave the roof, then only one route remains. How did the body double leave the roof without using the elevator or the 51st floor? Okay, he flew on the badge. It was a magic flying badge. The body double used this to leave the roof. It seems no one can overturn my argument. Yeah, Because your logic is so stupid, Mr. Edgeworth. So it wasn't this. If he didn't use the elevator or the secret passage, then he must have scaled the walls. I think only you and a ninja would think of using that kind of escape route. Then maybe he flew. Zoom! To the moon. He flew. Mr. Prosecutor, just how the heck did that body double get off the roof? Balloon. No worries, yeah? Have a good night. And I'll see you next time. The body double flew. He flew? Simon Keys. He rode in your balloon. Hey, stop joking around. Why would I have needed to give the body double a lift? The elevator had a security camera, and the 51st floor was being watched by Miss Hart. Your balloon was the only way the body double could have left the roof. At the circus, we often perform dangerous stunts in order to surprise the audience. You think you've got me cornered? Sorry, but the show ends here. What? Hey you, Lotta was it? I'd like to ask you something. Are you saying you stood watch on the 51st floor the entire time, without any breaks? Well, reckon course. There ain't no mistakes in my testimony. Really now? But didn't the sound of Mr. Edgeworth's assistant falling into the storeroom cause you to faint? I didn't mention it before, but after that I might have dozed off a little. To be more precise, I fainted? Well, something like that. So something did happen. Miss Hart, I have determined the sound that made you faint. It was likely the sound of Kay falling onto the storeroom floor. What's your point? Nobody's perfect. Look at her, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the kind of person you're relying on. Kay fell into the storeroom after the body double had left the roof. In that case, I have a theory on how things happened. After that cowardly body double fired a shot at me, he went and hid in the shadows until Kay fell into the storeroom. What? So what if he was hiding? Good grief, you guys still haven't noticed. What if the body double stayed hidden until Lotta had fainted? And then he went down to the 51st floor. That can't be. Precisely. The locked room mystery on the roof has been unlocked. Gah! Grr! He even said it in my voice. I can't tell what voice Simon's copying. But wait, there's more. Wasn't the auction happening? Did he go down through the auction and no one noticed? What? I told the hidden body double about Marsh. That's why he attacked John the next day during practice, but got himself killed instead. In other words, the one who murdered the body double was none other than John. John had no motive to kill the body double. He knew. He knew he was the real president's son. And how would he have known that? Because I told him so. In a letter. What did you say? That is a lie. Yep, it's all a lie. Huh? But then again, maybe not. Maybe I really did tell him. Right, John? Oh, John is here. Okay. It's true that I caused Mozilla's head to fall. But I didn't know about my dad until today. I'm not lying. Oh, really? I wonder about that. I found out about the head falling thanks to the bug. Now, if you were the one who caused it to fall, and the body double was crushed to death, that settles it. You're the culprit. You successfully carried out your revenge. Congratulations! All the pieces of the puzzle are now in place, as Mr. Edgeworth would say. The logic fits. Now then, any rebuttals? The murder of the double. Manipulating humans into fighting with each other. Sounds just like me, right? I did the same thing to Knightley and Blaze. At any rate, there's no way the body double could have gone for a ride in my balloon. The double was crushed by the monster's head, right? And who was it that caused the monster's head to fall? Do you understand now who the body double's real killer is? The truth that I provided them with gave them a big motive for murder. Get it? Those two tried to kill each other because of the truth you're so fond of. Impossible! Hey, you detectives over there, hurry up and arrest this murderer. What's wrong? Why aren't you moving? Damn. I thought so. Just admit it. In the end, aren't you all the same as Blaze and the body double? You ignore the prime suspect and come after me without any evidence. How easily it can be to distort the best suit your needs. How easily it can be distorted to best suit your needs. This law you all believe in. That is by no means true. If you're not going to arrest anyone, maybe I should have a talk with the policeman outside. If I tell them that John Marsh is the killer, they'll be forced to take action. Simon Keyes, your testimony isn't over yet. I still love that animation. Really? I figured you'd try to stop me, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any evidence, do you? Which means there's no chance for you to win, right? But if you still plan to stop me, you should be prepared to take on this much risk. What? That much? Are we talking about the health bar now? It's only natural. After all, the fate of the true culprit, John Marsh, is at stake here. Hey, Miles? Why don't you take a nice deep breath? Mr. Shields? At times like this, you should take a breather and think back. Defense attorneys always remain calm in a pinch and smile in the face of danger. The point of contention between your logic and his claims lies in the body double's escape route. How's about, for example, we think of it like this. What's important isn't whether or not the body double got on the balloon, but rather, if we were to assume he did, what circumstances would have allowed for that? Turn my thinking around. Well, all I'm doing is a cheap imitation of your old man. Did it help? Circumstances that would have allowed the body double to get on the balloon. That's right. The body double not only had a large build, but he also had a gun. And in spite of that, no traces of sleeping drugs were found in his system. Which means it can't be. What? Always need an insta-kill at AA at one point or another. Well, it could be a half kill, yeah, we can't tell. Mr. Edgeworth, are you ready yet? Hope you haven't forgotten about this. No, this is bad. I must break his testimony somehow. What? How is he able to threaten my health bar directly? This isn't a trial. And he's not a judge. These games are great. Yeah, I still think it's weird that he can claim the body double went into the floor when there was an auction going on. But yeah, I guess none of the members of the auction are gonna come forward and testify that he didn't. So But he is a master manipulator? Yeah. Evil clown powers. I like that one better. Manipulating humans into fighting with each other. Sounds just like me, right? So you manipulated the body double and John to your will. You seem rather persistent about that, aren't you? Very much so. I'm an animal tamer after all. And isn't the greatest animal in the world man? I just tell people the truth in order to help them get revenge. They should all be thanking me. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm kinda scared. Steel yourself, Kay. The one who sows seeds of revenge is a jest. This is an opponent we must stop at all costs. The sins of the past are scary. So scary. You'll never see your retribution coming. I did the same thing to Knightley and Blaze. So you still intend to insist that you were not directly involved, to the very end? Right, I never dirtied my own hands. I just like to watch. As they hate and kill each other, never realizing that they were being manipulated all along. Tah! Spectating from afar, just like you did 12 years ago. You mean the SS5 incident? That's so funny. If I remember correctly, all your father's hard work amounted to nothing. Wouldn't you normally call someone like that incompetent? Grrr. Grrr. I need a wolf growl sound effect. You. Agent Lang, restrain yourself. Damn it! We don't know the conclusion your father arrived at. However, we are here now because we chased after his footsteps. Sorry to interrupt your little moment, but I don't believe that kind of idealism will solve anything. Besides, at any rate, there's no way the body double could have gone for a ride in my balloon. That's the only way the double could have gotten off the tower. Well, let's suppose that was the case, even if I had carried the body double down. What's the problem with that? So you admit it, you did carry the body double. Let's not make a fuss over absurd opinions, Mr. Edgeworth. That's just not like you. You think the body double held me at gunpoint and asked me to go on a sightseeing joyride? There's no way that could have happened. And you know that full well, don't you? It's possible you negotiated with him by using the information about John as a bribe. But he shot at me, remember? There's just no way we could negotiate. In that case, what if you used sleeping drugs and transported him while he was knocked out? Then allow me to ask, have they detected any traces of sleeping drugs from his body? Ugh! It's no good. I can't find any openings. Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there something more interesting we should be talking about? The double was crushed by the monster's head, right? Allow me to propose a question. Was the double really crushed beneath the monster's head? You're a genius, prosecutor. You sure are quick to withdraw your previous statements. Weren't you the one who deduced that he was crushed by the monster's head to begin with? Indeed, I certainly came to that conclusion once before. However, that was when we knew of nothing else that was capable of crushing him to death. Knew? Why the past tense? It's not like there's anything else now, you know. The body double was crushed to death by the monster's head. That is an unshakable fact. Is there nothing else? some decisive evidence that connects this man to the crushed president. How unsightly, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you stop this useless struggle? Besides, don't you already know who the culprit is, remember? And who was it that caused the monster's head to fall? Certainly, the one who caused the monster's head to fall was John. However, even John himself admits to that. Well then, doesn't that settle everything? Good job, guys. Case closed. The one who killed the double was John Marsh. And since the police just happened to be here... No, not yet. There's still room for further investigation. Don't force yourself. Well then, tell me, what else is there to investigate? And if you can't, I want that kid arrested as soon as possible. You aren't going to overlook a crime, are you? Am I wrong? Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do? Is there really no hope left? Think. If Mr. Keyes killed the double, then the murder could only have occurred when the two met face to face. What he had with him at the time must be the real murder weapon. Darn it, does he intend to play innocent until the very end? The body double's cause of death was rather unique. If he was crushed under the monster's head, then the killer would be John after all. Isn't there anything else that could have crushed the double? Something else that could have crushed the body double. I guess... maybe he was crushed by the balloon. I mean, it was heavy enough he had to use a truck to transport it, right? I'd say you can't tell the cops to arrest a kid, but yeah. Objection! Balloon. John was not the one who killed the body double. He was crushed by a monster. Quit clowning around. This isn't like you at all. Oh, I get it, since John is supposed to understand the heart of a monster. The one who understands the heart of monsters is you. Not even I have monsters for friends, you know. You have no friends. Stop being so modest. Didn't you have one very important friend? A monster you control at will. Simon Keyes, you're the one who killed the body double. That's... the lion balloon. A monster made of cloth that expands when filled with hot air. It suits you quite well, wouldn't you agree? Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. You've been fixated on your claim that you manipulated John and the body double. Probably because it's an impossible fantasy of yours. After all, even an animal tamer cannot tame the dead. The body double had already been murdered while he was on the roof. And the murder weapon was the balloon you were in. I see. Although it floats in the air, that balloon still weighs several hundred pounds. When the double threatened you on the rooftop, you immediately came up with a plan to defend yourself. And that plan was to crush him with your balloon. Whether the body double wanted to get on, or that he was carrying a gun, none of that matters. Because what you carried in your balloon was the body double's corpse. Hold on a second, Mr. Edgeworth. You're saying the double was killed on the rooftop 2 nights ago. Well, that simply doesn't match up with the time of death. What did you say? That's not like you at all, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a good look at the autopsy report. The time of death was around 11 p.m. last night. Last night? That's right. The very night that Muzilla's head fell. Well, Johnny boy, come on. How about telling us the truth? You killed your father, right? I know the feeling. You hated him, didn't you? Your father who left you all alone forever. You're wrong. I had no idea that guy was my dad. Not this again. Didn't I personally tell you myself? Was my logic wrong? Mr. Edgeworth, allow me to thank you once again for chasing down Blaze and Patricia and bringing them both to ruin. My revenge was a success, all thanks to your logic. If only the time of death matched up, then my logic would fit. Perhaps you did something to throw off the time of death? And what's more, Dane Gustavia, was it? You even took down the culprit of the IS-7 incident. Dane Gustavia and the IS-7 incident. That's it. Gustavia killed Dover and hid his body in a block of ice. Mr. Gustavia intended to freeze the body in order to throw off the time of death. Edgeworth hasn't heard of necromancy, I see. A necromancy animal tamer. If the time of death had coincided with the tea party, Mr. Gustavia would have been suspected. That is correct. It's a shame I didn't get to witness his destruction. How can you say that? Wasn't Mr. Gustavia your father, Simon? I'm scared. I'm so scared. Miss Rowland keeps asking me about that day. Daddy, help me. Why won't you come save me? Is it because I broke my promise with you and didn't eat your sweets? I couldn't care less. My father left me all alone. Even if we share the same blood, that man is not my father. I hate to say it, but like father, like son, you're the spitting image of him, Simon. The father you hated so much. Huh? What are you talking about? It must have been fate. By sheer coincidence, you just happened to use the exact same method your father did, to throw off the victim's time of death. And we rescued him from the refrigerated warehouse near the harbour, pal. You were going to make a joke about putting the corpse in cryostasis or something? Oh, well. A refrigerated warehouse? You're saying that I threw off the time of death? How would I have done that? The answer lies in where you hid the body double's body. Body double's body. That's a tongue twister, that one. This was the place you used to hide the body. The train station. This is where you hid the body. Oh, I hid the body in a place like that. It's useless to play dumb, Simon Keyes. Mr. Prosecutor, sorry to interrupt while you're all fired up, but that place couldn't have thrown off the time of death. Indeed, it can't be this place. But it is my save file. So many jokes you had never made, because with this game, who knows if it'll turn out to be the actual answer. Yep. Oh, there's so many twists, it's great. You say he threw off the time of death? Langzee says, to preserve freshness, store items in a cold place. If he wanted to preserve the body in the state it was after the murder. Doesn't that limit the number of places where he could have stored it? Indeed, and we must consider the places that Simon would have access to. So how did he have access to the warehouse? Throwing off the time of death by freezing the body, along with John's kidnapping. It seems that everything is coming together. The kidnapping? Why are we going back to that? I don't know a thing about it. Don't forget, John was confined in a refrigerated warehouse. That's right. You kept the body double's corpse in that very same warehouse. 18 years ago, your father hid a body in the same way. What? My father? The one who abandoned me? Did the same thing? Who would have guessed that both father and son would use the same method? Stop it! Don't lump me in with that guy. My father. I'm nothing like him. There's not a single connection between us. Objection. You may think so, but even now, your bond with Mr. Gustavia still remains. Didn't you say once before, I don't like sweets? That may have come from the shock of losing your father, don't you think? You guys have no idea what you're saying. Even if you deny your father, aren't your thoughts and actions the same? Particularly your belief of sacrificing others to protect yourself. They look very different, I must say. And finally, your crimes were brought to light, just as his were. Oh, here we go. Just kidding. I don't know anything about that warehouse. I had nothing to do with the kidnapping after all. I was thinking this seems a bit quick. A fake breakdown. Yeah, that was amazing. In order to threaten Judge Courtney, it's clear that you partook in the kidnapping. How scary. Those who get involved with you will be charged with all sorts of crimes. In the end, there's no evidence. For the instigation and for the kidnapping, none at all. Or what? Are you going to forge some evidence? Just like Blaze and the rest? No, I'll do nothing of the sort. I can't let him provoke me. You always say, I'll pursue the truth no matter what, right? Ha! Don't you mean only the truth that's most convenient to you? After all, that's how the police pull the wool over the eyes of those without power. And that's why my revenge was necessary. None of you can catch me. Not Patricia, not Blaze, and not even you. Mr. Edgeworth, at this rate, isn't there something, anything we can do? Even though all my logic points to this man, I just need evidence. Even a single piece of evidence would suffice. Well, it's been a fun show, but it looks like it's time for the curtains to close. If you'd like, why don't you come and see my next performance? I'll let you, if you admit defeat. Got a real evil villain laugh, hasn't he? Who was that? A fake out from a manipulator. How fitting. Yeah! Yeah, I keep waiting for a final chess dimension showdown. Gumshoe! Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. Yummy! Where'd you go? I was just doing the job that I'm able to do, pal. Detective Gumshoe, your report, please. I did a quick investigation, sir, about the warehouse John was at. That refrigerated warehouse is currently being rented by the Very Big Circus, just as Mr. Edgeworth said. Haha, so it's finally here, our trump card. Well done, Detective Gumshoe. Now then, Mr. Keys. There must be some mistake. Maybe it has something to do with the circus. I see. Indeed, we are not well informed with the affairs of the circus. In that case, why don't we get your boss's opinion on this? Regina. We are renting a refrigerated warehouse to store the animals' food, but I don't know much about the place. After all, I let Simon handle everything. Curse you! Yeah, Sir Simon, how scary. What a shame. It seems your desperate actions after the crime were in vain. If the body was found in the warehouse, suspicion will have fallen on you, the one in charge. That's why you specifically moved the body back to the Grand Tower, wasn't it? However, us finding John confined at the warehouse was a fatal mistake on your part. Our resident great thief and detective are both rather exemplary. Give Gumshoe a raise. Give Gumshoe a raise. What's wrong? I can even tell through your face paint that you're looking pale. It's not over yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Your logic is missing the most important piece of evidence. Oh, please do tell. Isn't it obvious? Evidence that I killed the body double with the balloon. You can't present it, can you? After all, there's no way such evidence could possibly exist. The evidence. It exists. News to me. Blown up by Regina of all people, yes. Hashtag give Gumshoe a raise. What'd you say? If Mr. Keys murdered the victim, traces of the murder should still remain here. The rooftop, I guess? Maybe it's in the badge. Care to look at this piece of evidence? Traces of the murder still remain on it. I honestly have no clue why you'd show me that. Mr. Edgeworth, you're a genius prosecutor, aren't you? Do you really think such a thing could be evidence? Ugh. So he saw through me. Simon killed the double with the balloon, right? In that case, I saved my game. Yeah, maybe we can find traces of the body double, like his hair or something, on the balloon. Indeed, if traces of the murder remain, it must be there. What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't have any evidence after all? No. Traces of the murder clearly remain. Simon Keys. I'll show them to you right now. Should still be on the balloon, maybe? It should become clear once we examine the basket of this balloon. The balloon again. Didn't you already find the bullet hole? There's no way you'll find anything else there. It'll be fine. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth is a hero who always finds the truth no matter what he's up against. That's right, pal. Of course it's going to be fine. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of more impossible situations than I can count. Miles, I believe in you too. But more importantly, I'm sure your old man watching over you believes in you as well. Miles Edgeworth, calm down and think. You're just one step away from the perfect proof. The body double was killed by this balloon. The proof lies in the traces left on the basket. Simon Keys, it's time for you to atone for your crimes. I'll see it with my own eyes. The moment this past case is settled, once and for all. Please, Prosecutor Edgeworth, deliver the final blow to this unforgivable person. Everyone's got an opinion here. Where's Sebastian? I need Sebastian to show up. I need his power. This is the final piece of evidence that proves your crimes. I'm gonna have to present something else, aren't I? Everyone's making a dramatic speech. This is the final objection spirit bomb, isn't it? Yes. Everyone's lending us their power. What traces were left on the balloon that crushed the victim? I bet there's some pollen on there. Yeah, I think that's what... Because he had the flowers on the rooftop, so there should be some pollen on there. But maybe it's Mozilla! Simon Keyes, this proves. Mr. Edgeworth, your final move is pathetic. Did you really think you could corner me with that? There's no way that was left on the balloon. Ugh! So it wasn't this. Mr. Prosecutor, this isn't like you. Mr. Edgeworth, calm down and think it over. We're almost there, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's present Simon with the decisive evidence. If any traces remain, they might not only be left on the balloon, so I'll also have to consider if anything else was stained. Anything else? Let's just see if we get a unique game over here. We haven't found any unique game overs in this game. So maybe there's one right here at the end. Right here. Nope. Okay. There are no unique game overs. That's a shame. Yeah, everyone's putting so much pressure on Edgy. Everyone really looks up to him, don't they? Kay thinks he's a hero. That's really sweet. Traces left on something else. I mean, I still think the flower pollen should be on there. I'll try that first. Yeah. When John found the body, a bouquet of lion lilies was there as well. Lion lilies. The flowers from Jengfar that represent the bond between parent and child. That's your evidence. Surely, they must be buried under a mountain of garbage by now. Moreover, the one who threw it away was John himself. That's not much of a bond now, is it? That language of flowers stuff has nothing to do with this. Calm down, John. Certainly, you may have thrown the flowers away. However, I believe those emotions remain as strong as ever. Those bonds will surely protect you from that man, in the form of my final piece of evidence. Someone needs protecting from Phoenix? What's Phoenix doing? Phoenix is on a rampage. Do you get it? Do you get the metaphor? Yes! The bond of love between parent and child. Do you get it? What the heck are you talking about? Those flowers were crushed. Ergo, they must have come into contact with the murder weapon. Perhaps we'll find the very same pollen still stuck to the basket of your balloon. No way, no way, no way! You guys examined the basket just a few moments ago. If there had been any yellow pollen stuck on there, wouldn't you have noticed it then? Mr. Keyes, evidence is not restricted to what you can see with the naked eye. What? Emma. Yes. Would you perform one more scientific investigation for us? Leave it to me. The balloon's basket, right? I love how much Emma's helping out. Ah, a reaction. This is clearly pollen from a yellow flower. We'll find out soon enough whether or not it's from the same flower. What? I'd say this proves that the body double's death was caused directly by your own hand. No way! That can't be! Was that sound? That was like health being lost. Are we taking down his health bar? You crushed the body double to death on the roof of the tower. Then you retrieved the body and hid it in the warehouse. Why did he have to go to the trouble of retrieving the body? 2 nights ago, he knew that a separate incident would occur at the tower. Ah, Miss Crane's! Precisely. Leaving the body there would have disrupted his plans. I see. But even so, he couldn't leave the body in the circus warehouse either. Exactly. So the next day, when he was bringing the body back to the tower once again, he saw the small fire John started, which caused the Muzilla's head to fall. Was that when the idea came to you? Your plan to pin the crime on John? Gah! You made it look like the murder weapon was the fallen head. Such foul, cowardly behaviour! For that reason, you carried the double's body in the balloon and lowered it into the film lot. At that time, the figure of the body double being lowered down by a rope was captured in John's video recording. So that's what that was. That was a frozen dead body. And thus a flower took down the Mastermind. That was risky of him to do that when there was a live camera there. Damn! It was all... You saw through it all? Damn it, damn you! You manipulated animals, you manipulated people, and you manipulated cases. Almost as if you were a king. However, it's now all come to an end. Checkmate! Simon, the animals have gotten angry. Even Money and Mystique. You never thought of them as your friends at all. How sad. Damn it! Don't you look at me with those eyes. I say let them loose. It's about time you went back to being a mere clown. A fitting end to your pitiful jester's act. I thought we were going to take him down with checkmate. This is fine too, though. Oh, stay away! Get away from me! Stop it! Please stop it! Daddy, help me! I'm scared. I'm so scared. I don't know anything. I didn't do anything bad. They were the bad ones, weren't they? Horace, why? Why did you stop me? If he hadn't done that, I couldn't even trust the police. Nobody would help me. But that man, back then he saved me. The only one who helped me was Dogan, so I used everyone else. What's wrong with that? Stop it! Don't come any closer! Stop! Amazing! Holy crap! Wow. I just remembered that Dogan's hanging around too. Is he just gonna let Simon get arrested? Better than I expected by far, same. That was amazing. Alright, is this Dogan? It seems the game is finally over. Oh no, it's Shelley the Killer. Shelley the Killer. Mr. Edgeworth, I must thank you. You have exposed the true identity of the Mastermind. Now, I am free to... What? Drawing a gun would be most inadvisable. Stay where you are and do not move. No, I don't have a gun. You do have a gun, do you not? You intended to draw and fire it without anyone noticing. He must have taken it from the body double when he killed him. I like how worked up Lang is. He's just like... like angry breathing. Oh, and Courtney's holding John, shielding him. Lots of detail in this scene. This man has betrayed his bond of trust with me. He would have me kill the president, while knowing full well he was the body double. Lying about a target is an extremely dangerous thing to do to an assassin. Not having all the cards on the table can seriously jeopardize an assassination. Oh, however, what is even more unforgivable is your deception and your attempt to manipulate me. The time has come for your retribution. Stop! You are? Yeah, oh god, yep, an assassin showdown. Panting almost like a wolf, great detail, yelp. Tragic case of justification for current wrong acts for past wrongs, yeah. Watching a clown get decked by a freaking gorilla. Yep. It has been far too long, Shelley. Please step aside. That man is my prey. I must ask you to spare his life. Please permit this young acolyte to receive his proper punishment in prison. Then they can hang out and be prison buddies, right? And if I refuse, his is the first life I have saved. I will not allow it to be taken away so easily. You saved a life. The assassin, Sirhan Dogan. Ironic, is it not? That I, the one who has taken countless lives, and making a plea for this young one's life. He saved my life, just as I have saved his. Before I knew it, I grew quite fond of the lad. You may laugh at me as much as you wish. However, I must ask that you spare the life of the boy. From one assassin to another, please make this allowance. I understand. If you are willing to go that far, you have my thanks. I am in your debt. No need for thanks. I simply felt there would be no merit in a fight to the death with you. That is all. Lang's got his sunnies back on. And with that, I must take my leave. Hey, he's an assassin. We should probably arrest him. There's lots of police here. No? Okay. Okay, he's gone. Damn it! Wait! Prosecutor Edgeworth, I must thank you as well. It was necessary for this young acolyte to be put in his place. And that you have done. Now then, it's time for me to return to my humble cage, surrounded by iron bars. Right, Anubis? Right, boy. Oh? Look who's here. Hey, priest guy. You killed my dad, right? Oh god, no. No. Used a Deku nut. A Deku nut to vanish. Indeed. I am not one to forget those I have slain. I see. You must despise me, boy with horns. In that case... John! Do not panic. I simply lent the boy with horns my knife. Take that knife and run it through my throat. A single stab should do it. The frickin'... I've long grown weary of my wooden carvings. Revenge? John, don't do it! John, please, I beg of you. Until just now, I had intended to seek revenge, no matter how many years it took. Revenge? Revenge is good, really good. You shut up, don't talk to him. All your pain and suffering slips away. Everything becomes numb, and you'll feel nothing. I've become so numb, I can't... Yeah, you may be right. I thought about that while I listened to what you had to say. John! But the only one who would be satisfied with revenge would be myself, right? If I became a murderer, my mum would go through even more pain and suffering. My friends from the movie too, and all those people who care about me as well. The boy with horns says some interesting things. That's right, I finally get it now. I'll never forgive you, but I'm not the one who should punish you. After all, isn't that what my mum and that prosecutor guy are here for? John, you just said some really profound stuff just now. Kay, perhaps you should study up a little more yourself. What? Just random jab at Kay? Is that so? Well then, young one, it is time for us to depart. Where to? To prison, of course. That place will be our home. Our home? He hasn't had his trial yet. And with that, the case that involved and affected so many people came to a close. Clowns are not allowed to speak. Yes, agree. However, there was still one last thing I had to do. What's that going to be? Let's save. I haven't saved in a while. Got to save often. Save early, save often. Aha. April 8th, 2:54 PM. Grand Tower. PIC meeting room. Mr. Edgeworth, sorry to keep you waiting. Why'd you call Uncle Ray and the rest of us out here? Mr. Edgeworth, the formal proceedings have just come to a close. What are you talking about? This is the place where I once relinquished my prosecutor's badge. This is your prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this? Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor. In order to save me when I was suffering from memory loss, you... A certain man once said, the only ally a defendant has is their attorney. By trusting in their client, an attorney draws closer to the truth. The sight of that man still shines brilliantly in my eyes. The sight of that man. Just as the image of my father fighting in court does. Okay, yeah, he's definitely talking about Phoenix. Fellas, is it gay to think about your friend as shining brilliantly in your eyes? Gregory. However, this is nothing more than that man and my father's way of life. It is not mine. Mr. Edgeworth, I think I shall live as a prosecutor after all. I see. So, you've made your decision. I'm sorry. No, I understand. That's your answer, isn't it? It is. Okay, then that's the end of this conversation. Don't regret it. Even if you beg me later, I won't let you work for me ever again. I understand. But you know, Miles, Mind if I ask why you choose to live as a prosecutor? Mr. Shields, you asked me this before. To fight crime as a prosecutor, or to save people as a defense attorney? I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. I've thought long and hard about that question ever since. How should I live my life? And after this case concluded, I finally found my answer. I want to save people as a prosecutor. As a prosecutor? Simon Keyes. He too was a victim. He lost a parent in a past murder, and with it, the ability to believe in anything else. I too know that feeling. The feeling of losing what's important to you and being unable to believe in anything. I doubted everything during my lonely battles in those days. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. The one who saved me was that man. They're not even going to show him. Come on. Mr. Keyes must have been all alone. Unable to find salvation from the law, he had no choice but to turn his hand to revenge. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police. No way, no way! As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today, during Patricia's trial? Oh yeah, I didn't find the cameo, but I did show a clip of it at the start of this stream. The cameo of Phoenix and Maya. I want to save those, like Simon Keyes. So, how would you save him? I'm sure this tragedy could have been avoided, if only he could have relied on the courts. But instead, he was cornered by Blaze the Best, who used the power of law for evil. The form of the law can change depending on who wields it. It can be at once a shield to protect, and a blade to harm. That too is a contradiction of the law. A contradiction, huh? That's true. It sure is a contradiction in the law. The way the law is right now, it isn't always completely right. The only way to right those contradictions is by joining in the court system. The one who could have saved Simon Keyes was not an attorney, but rather a watchman of the law, a prosecutor. I shall face the contradictions in the law as a prosecutor. I see. That's just like you. But you know, it'll be tough. It won't be just a walk in the park. You'll be going up against the law itself. You do realise that, right? I do. However, someone must. Yep, Uncle Ray believes in you too. The law evolves and grows, just like all of us do. I'm sure you can pull it off. After all, you're Gregory's son. Your old man would never give up, no matter what. His eyes always saw only what laid straight ahead. Miles, when you chose to live as a prosecutor, your eyes looked just like your father's. It looks like you've grown up a bit. I really wish your old man could see you right now. Mm. Thank you very much, Mr. Shields. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, allow me to formally return this to you. Please do. I, Justine Courtney, as a member of the PIC, do hereby return to Miles Edgeworth the rights and privileges of a prosecutor in the name of the Goddess of Law. Aw, we got our badge back! Badge! And with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth is revived. It's our only possession. Nice. That's great, sir. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, it's time for Uncle Ray to make his exit. I have to report to your old man all about the traitor in the Edgeworth family. Thank you for everything, truly. The next time we meet just might be in the courtroom. I hope you'll be ready. Uncle Ray might not look it, but he's an ace attorney after all. I'll look forward to seeing the attorney my father trained in action. Take care. He was obviously joking about the traitor thing, by the way. Prosecutor Edgeworth, welcome back. Judge Courtney, I must give my thanks to you as well. To me, you sought to fix the corruption within the PIC from the inside. That must truly have been a lonely battle. No, it was not, for I was never alone. Because the Goddess of Law is always by your side, right? You made me realise that one could fight in such a way. The prosecutor's office, no, the entire legal world, is caught up in this contradiction. If that cannot be set right, there is a truth that will never see the light of day. And back in the pocket. For those who haven't played the other games, builds up the things they don't or wouldn't know. Okay. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. They want you to play the other games to find out who that man is. Yeah. The badge, the alpha and omega. It was only through your help that I was able to find this new path. One that fights against the contradictions in the law. I too find that promising, as one in the service of the Goddess of Law. You shall certainly succeed in helping the law grow. Let us meet again in the courtroom. Yes. I must apologise for my shameful acts during the trial 2 days ago. Next time, I shall fulfil my duties as a judge perfectly. Your Honour, I do not intend to speak regarding your ideals. Prosecutor Edgeworth? However, the greatest judge I know is one overflowing with humanity. Even during a trial, that judge experiences happiness, anger, sadness, and joy. But nevertheless, always hands down the correct verdict in the end. Ah, he's talking about the main judge from the main series. It's difficult to say, but sometimes I feel that perfection is not always correct. Oh, Francisca's gonna kill you now. So, a judge too has the right to behave in such a manner. Thank you very much. Prosecutor Edgeworth. When I pursued and fought against Blaze de Best, the Goddess of Law was not the only one by my side. Ah, it's John. When I have this cut out with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. No matter how painful things become, no matter how strong the foe. When I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Wrongs must be put right, for John's sake as well. John, too, lost his father in a past crime. That is more important to me than even the words of the Goddess of Law. Though I'm sure the Goddess would be angered by those words. Your bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. I don't have to be perfect. I just want to grow little by little. Both as a judge and as a mother. That is how I feel. seems there is much each of us has yet to learn. Agreed. We are still but children before the world. Let us grow in our respective paths until we meet again. I shall look forward to that reunion. May the blessings of the Goddess of Law be upon you as you follow your new path. Aww. Francisco Rage Mode activate. Though I once lost my position as prosecutor, I have now reclaimed it, so that I may tread a new path as a prosecutor. I shall surely reach the truth waiting at the end of this path, no matter how difficult the path may be. If any seek to stop me on my path, they shall receive no mercy. No matter who they may be, I will shout just one word. Wow. That was amazing! Alright, there's text in the credits always, so I have to keep up. And it auto-advances. Chief! What sort of scoop are you aiming for next? Hey, ain't you a journalist? There ain't nothing more important than information. You may be my apprentice, but you're still my business rival. I ain't gonna tell you everything. That's my mentor, right? I reckon you're even more prepared than me. I understand. I'll get my information using my own 2 feet. Yeah, that's the spirit. By the way, would you mind me asking what sort of scoop you're aiming for next? Huh? Chief? Ain't no need to be stingy. I'm your mentor after all. Wow. That's just heinous. Wow. Wow. Lotta. Wow. It's not fair. It seems that the wound on my left arm has yet to heal. The bodyguard who inflicted this wound upon me. His is a name I will never forget. Now then, shall I return to being a simple ice cream salesman? Perhaps this time I should try being a crepe salesman instead. For now, I shall live a calm life, until my services are required once more. I was kind of hoping we could throw him in jail, because he's an assassin and he's got to kill people! He's still evil. I might be knocked out once by that prosecutor named Edgeworth. But I'll keep on trying to escape. I won't let him dampen my fighting spirit. Ain't that right, Rocky? The gong that'll sound off my next escape will ring out soon enough. Until then, let's keep working out. Totally forgot how I voiced him. No, not him! Not him! Are you inquiring into my studies to become a pet groomer? I am working as hard as ever. I spend every day covered in mud. Perhaps this suits my true nature far better than the life of a newspaper salesman. Once I leave the prison, I hope to earn an honest wage as a pet trimmer. Huh? My sentence has been extended. Because I was Warden Roland's accomplice? Oh. Why do you think I've been giving a rat's ass about these stupid animals' well-being? To hell with the pet trimmer's license! Damn it! Well. Oh yeah, no worries. Thank you for watching, Wild Knight. Yeah, this was great. Regina was really shocked by the truth about Simon too. I mean, I trusted him as my subordinate. But there's no use fretting over it. The show must go on. I have to do my best so that I won't lose to the magic or ventriloquist visions. I'll put on the greatest performance ever. One that'll blow away this entire case. It seems I have grown soft in my old age. Right, Anubis. Right, boy. To think the life I saved on a whim 18 years ago would drive me to such lengths. Thanks to that, I am confined to my humble cell once more. Well, this time that child is here as well. Perhaps it won't be such a bore. Right, boy? Today's dessert is chocolate cake. That gently melting moment of allure. I will wait for you forever, Kate. I shall come here every day, just as you and Raymond did for me. Monsieur Shields, Prosecutor Edgeworth, I am truly grateful to them. I cannot believe I am able to eat your desserts once more, Monsieur Master. I have been allowed to distribute my treats in both the detention centre and the prison. For the past 18 years, I have brought joy to one and all with my delicious sweets. So many great characters in this game. Yesy, thanks for everything, boys. Of course, I owe Greggy my thanks too. After all, I get to stuff myself with Jeffy's delicious desserts once again. Oi, next time, maybe I'll use one of Jeffy's sweets to create a new drug. The tuck-in diet. You'll tuck in your stomach while you tuck in the desserts. It'll be delicious and slimming, and also good for your health. Good luck with that. Nothing that's delicious is also slimming. Bloody Larry. Man, I'm glad I got to meet and sketch so many beauties. But Mandy caught a glimpse of my beauty sketch. She had a misunderstanding and clobbered me in the face with my sketchbook. So in exchange for my sketch of beauties, I had one beauty walk out on me. Maybe it's time for me to start getting more serious about my life. Do I take the path of an artist, or do I follow the path of my heart? Oh, and by heart, I mean the heart of my new lady. Of course, he's already got a new girlfriend. Mr. Bad, thanks for all your help today. I'll testify about the IS-7 incident as much as you need me to. Prosecutor Edgeworth seems pretty active too. He chose not to take the same path as Gregory, but rather to live as a prosecutor. Well, I am kind of sad that I won't get to work with him, but I'll continue to watch over him. It looks like you've grown up quite a bit yourself. I'm so happy. Mr. Bad actually praised me. If you ever need a hand from attorney Raymond Shields, give me a call anytime, any place. My crimes were punished far more leniently than I expected, once it was proven that I had been threatened. Ouch! No crime is more heavy or light than any other. I'm sorry, of course I regret what I did. However, I'm so glad I can still be together with you, Granny. Huh? You want to hurry back to work? That's right. The next corpse is waiting for us after all. Oh, great. That's a really sad little note. I'm glad that my scientific investigation came in handy this time around as well. Good thing I rushed back here all the way from Europe. And now I have to leave again. That kind of takes the fire out of a girl, as you can imagine. But this is all so that I can become an actual forensic scientist. So then, I guess it's time to go. If anything comes up, be sure to call me right away. The second I get the word, I'll dash right over. I wonder if those sprites were there originally, or if they were added by the translators. The greater the father, the greater the expectations are for their children. Prosecuted the best, was it? His way of life shall be tested henceforth. Just as mine was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live a different life from his father as a prosecutor. I suppose that too is an answer. I could never have imagined the truth that my old man was hiding. Unlike me, who only thought about the Lang clan. My old man was trying to protect an entire nation. But I swear to you all that I will carry on his will. Even if the president was a fake, and the real one was murdered. I swear that I, together with my men, shall revive Jangfa. Someday, I will surely show you all a Jangfa brimming with life. It's funny we never actually learned the name of the body double. Ah, hey, here's who voiced who. Prosy D. Gregory. Nice. I've asked everyone to stop calling me the best. Aww. I don't like it. It makes me feel like I'm just borrowing Pops' power. I shall study even harder than before, and triumph over Pops. I'll become strong enough so that I won't lose to even Mr. Edgeworth. Now then, let's start by thinking up my new nickname. Aww. I love Sebastian. He is my son. I will protect him. A lot has happened, but thankfully, the film was a roaring success. The gossip articles about the murder made our movie the talk of the country. A monstrous man appears from the mighty Muzilla. This is the true face of the monster who murdered the president of Jangfa. Huh? Isn't that you in the photo, Mr. Powers? Huh? How could something like this happen? Aw. Now, it's fine, isn't it? It's thanks to those articles that our film is a big hit. Much obliged. Aw. He never gets a break. You recognise K.S. Argate from the essay days. Ah, cool. John, I greatly enjoyed watching your movie. It's no big deal. It's not like I had a major role or anything. You did. What are you saying? You played the key character who connects Muzilla and Gordy. There is no one else besides you who could have played the part. Yeah, I guess. Well, it would be nice if there's a sequel. I really enjoy working as an actor. Mum, before we head home, can we go buy something? I'd like to decorate our home with a lion lily for Dad. Then one will not suffice. You will need 2 more. One for me, and one for Amy. Aww, that's so sweet. April 8th, 4:17 PM. High Prosecutor's Office. Room 1202. Well, they haven't done a surprise presenting thing to us yet. No, I can't save. Oh well. Wow, we were really busy with all those cases, weren't we, sir? Indeed, we were. Why did all these incidents happen in such quick succession? I feel like things are always busy whenever I'm around. Wait, Kay, wouldn't that mean you're a magnet for crimes? Hey, Gummy, that was rude. I do get the impression that he's not entirely wrong. So then, Kay, do you intend to resume your training to become a great thief? I don't know. Huh? Is something on your mind, pal? How should I put it? Until now, I've always been chasing after my father. So that I could become a great thief, just like him. Like the previous Yatagarasu, I suppose. But watching you, Mr. Edgeworth, made me think. Maybe Instead of chasing after my father, I should find my own path. Aww. I mean, you didn't become a defense attorney either. Chasing after a parent's shadow isn't the only path in life for a child, after all. I'm going to aim to be a hero in my own way. That sounds good. But of course, that doesn't mean I'm going to throw away the name of the great thief Yatagarasu. No matter what sort of hero you become, K will always still be K. Thanks, Gummy. And Gummy will always be Gummy. Of course, pal. I plan to keep pushing forward on my path of a detective after all. Mr. Edgeworth, I look forward to continuing to work with you, sir. Yes, I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. Give Gumshoe a raise. Detective, you saved me many times during these past cases. You have my gratitude. I suggest you look forward to your next salary assessment. It's getting a raise! Oh my god! Yes! Maybe I should chase after my new dad, yes. The longest weekend of Edgeworth's life. Huh? What? Does that mean what I think it means? What's wrong? I'm saying that your salary ought to be raised. Oh my god! Really, sir? I can't believe it. Isn't that great, Gummy? It's like a dream come true. I can finally say goodbye to my instant noodle lifestyle. However, that doesn't mean you can start slacking off. The real work begins from here on out. You should prepare yourself. Yes, sir. Roger that. I'll devote my body and soul to following after you, Mr. Edgeworth. Aw, he got a raise! That's the happiest ending of all. The path Mr. Shields and Judge Courtney taught me is to take a stand against the contradictions in the law and to reach the truth at the end of that road. What am I able to do? That is a question I must continue to dwell upon. Certainly, this path will not be easy. However, Prosecutor Edgeworth, when I pursued and fought against Blaze the Best, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. Ah, it's John. When I have this cutout with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. When I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Heh, your bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. Bonds. Huh. Ah! I completely forgot! That was sudden. What's wrong? I was searching for members for the new Yatagarasu team. Now that you mention it, I do remember you saying something to that effect. But in the end, I wasn't even able to find a single person. Can you imagine it? A team combining their powers in order to steal the truth. I wanted to create an invincible team like that, but... What are you saying, pal? Don't you already have a team? Together, the three of us can solve any case that comes our way. Yeah, you're right. A prosecutor, a detective, and a great thief. We're the invincible trio of heroes that steals, captures, and pursues the truth. Aw. We were the Yatagarasu all along. I defeated Simon 45 minutes ago. Wow. This ending is long. Yeah, the wrap-ups are really long. That makes them really satisfying though. They revisit all the characters, which is cool. Hearing all that kind of makes me feel sorry for the truth. As long as the three of us are together, there's nothing to fear. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, you are correct. Even until his last moments, my father ran along his own path. I, too, shall advance along mine. Accompanied by my somewhat boisterous comrades. As long as they are by my side, I can walk forward without hesitation. On this new path as a prosecutor. prosecutors and attorneys. The path I walk is not my father's. However, I am certain that the two paths are not separate. Though we may walk in opposite directions, our destination is the same. Why, you may ask? Because both paths lead to the one and only truth. Aww. That's really good artwork. The end. Wow. That was amazing! Yes. We did it! We defeated the evil clown. Well, there you go. That's the end of Ace Attorney Investigations 2. We can look at the chapter pictures now. Turnabout target. The imprisoned turnabout. The inherited turnabout. The forgotten turnabout. And the grand turnabout. At last, the circus has been slain. Hey, the Fogs, welcome. GG. Ah, thank you very much, Fogs. Yeah, this game is amazing. Definitely my favourite Ace Attorney game. Yeah, my favourite was number 1, but this topped it quite easily, actually. This game was great. Just the way everything was connected between all the different cases was really clever. And it makes me want to watch someone else play through it so that I can, see how everything comes together. Because I'm sure there's tons of really clever foreshadowing. Yeah, this game is fantastic. Such a layered, complex story, yeah. Internet died there at the end? Aw, sorry to hear that, Tag. Yeah, we got a little scene at the end with Gumshoe, Kay, and Edgeworth. Did you see the... You didn't see? Oh, Gumshoe got a raise! Edgeworth is getting a raise for Gumshoe. Finally, he's getting a raise! Yeah, and they realised that... Well, Kay was talking about how she didn't find anyone for her Yatagarasu team. And then Gumshoe was like, what are you talking about, pal? We're a team. But yeah, they're a team of heroes. A prosecutor, a detective, and the great thief Yatagarasu. Scruffy can actually eat now, yes. Poor Gumshoe. I hope it was a big raise too. Jeez, it's hard to pick a favourite case. I loved all 3 of these last 3 cases. They're all amazing. Yeah, just playing as Gregory was super cool. Seeing Ray as a teenager was super cool. He was very different as a teenager. Forgotten Turnabout was so cool. And the Grand Turnabout was amazing. I really loved Sebastian in the end. They totally flipped around my thoughts on him. Like, oh, he's some pampered kid who got this thing, he doesn't deserve it. And then we found out how emotionally abused he is by his father, and he's starting to grow into his own person. That was great. Gregory was easily the most competent person in the whole series. Yeah, actually. He was pretty amazing. It was great seeing him stand up to Von Karma, too. Yeah, Gregory's great. Dang. Yep. Yeah, episode 2 was my least favourite, but that's just because it felt like it dragged a little bit in the middle. But then the way it wrapped up was amazing, and it ties so well into everything else that it's, yeah. They were all great cases. This is my new favourite of the series. It cut out as the 3 were talking about Kay choosing her own path. Yep. Yeah, she said she's going to find out how to become a hero in her own right, but she's not going to she's not going to throw away the title of Great Thief Yatagarasu. Yeah, and then she talked about how she didn't find a new team. So yeah, there you go. That was amazing. 10 out of 10. And pretty gold stars. Alright, well next time I stream it'll be DK64, we'll get back to that. Let's see, what else is on my list? Okay, so I'll probably play, once we finish DK64, I'll probably play something short because this game is so long. Actually, you know what? Let's find out how long this was. I want to compare it to the other Ace Attorneys. Okay. I've got all the VODs right here on my hard drive. So, the very first game in the series was, once it calculates, 36 hours. Okay. That was Ace Attorney 1. Number 2 was 4, 11. Does that sound right? No, not that one. 10. Okay. Properties. 35.5 hours. Okay. Second game was 35.5. So it was very slightly shorter than the first one. Trials and Tribulations was messy. There's all kinds of other VODs in here. Hang on, I have to figure out which one we're looking at. Get rid of that one and that one. 15. No, that's too many. And that one. Okay. 14. Could always play Spyro. I do want to play Spyro at some point. Takes you forever to play these games. You read so slow. Same. 44 hours was the third game. Wowza. That was a big jump. Alright. And the investigations games, I feel like they were longer, but it's hard to tell. Okay, Investigations 1. I feel like that game was very long. That had... How many parts did that have? I kept playing Mario Kart in there, so I have to make sure I don't select those VODs. 18? No, not that. 17? That sound right? Okay, 17 parts. That was 42 hours. Okay, it was slightly shorter than Trials and Tribulations. Okay, and here it felt like they were getting longer each time, but it turns out they're not. And now, Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Rid of that. What part are we on? So 20. So this is part 21. So we just did the 21st part. Okay, this one was... Sorry if this is boring. It's very interesting to me, though. 55 hours. Nearly 56 hours, not including this final section, which was about 4 hours. Oh my god, this was like 60 hours. Holy Christ. 60 hours! This one was way longer than any of the other ones. As soon as you fix your sleep schedule, you'll stream trial mode for FF12. Nice. Sounds good. Like half of that was the last case. The last case was quite long. 60 hours, oh my god. Wow. Alright, so the next Ace Attorney game is going to be Ace Attorney 4, Apollo Justice. But that's not going to be for a while. I'm going to rest my voice and play other stuff. Yeah, I'll play Mega Man 8 once we're done with DK64. I have 2 long games I want to play soon. One is Pokemon Sword, and one is not Skyward Sword, I played that. Breath of the Wild. So those are 2 long games coming up. I might play Pokemon Sword first, because I do want to get into that before I miss any events. Alright, well there you go. So next time I stream it'll be DK64. And let's see, is anyone streaming I can host? Pokemon Sword Shield isn't actually too long. Oh, good. That's good to hear. Thank you. Okay, I have two choices as to who I'm going to host. I could host Pi. I always host Pi, though. Breath of the Wild Blind? Yes. I haven't played it before, and I've avoided videos of it and speedruns, so it's going to be a blind playthrough. See ya, UED. Thanks for hanging out. So there's a new streamer I've been watching. She's an Aussie comedian named Jordan Rasco. I could host her or raid her, but she is very not work safe. Lots of dirty jokes and stuff going on at that stream. I don't know if I should raid that one. She's a great streamer, though. What do you all think? Classic Aussie comedian. Yeah, she's hilarious. She's playing Among Us at the moment. It's pretty cool. That's good. I'll raid her. Just if you don't want a very not safe for work stream, you might want to stop watching now. Jordan Rasco. Really hilarious. Very strange sense of humour. Very chaotic, just so you know. Okay. Alright, I'll see you all next time. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you later. See ya.